Let me ask you this.
Okay.
So Fury, Nick Fury,
Yes.
he comes up to you, middle of the night, to your house, reeking of cigars.
Of course.
And he's like, I need you to do a job for me. Do you do it? You don't know what it is?
I mean, I don't really have that relationship with Fury. So if the man comes to my house and asks me to do a job, I'm like, what the hell kind of job are you asking me to do?
Hey, honey! Nick Fury's here! No, not dinner!
No, it's
Wants me to
late.
do a job!
What, he's want a nightcap instead?
Yeah, no, I gotta go!
Oh, you're just leaving.
When are we coming back? We don't know! That seems to be what happened to like 7 of them on this.
Yes. That's especially what happened to Peter. But yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to Peter.
Because MJ's like,
poor bastard.
Nick Fury's here, Peter. Why is he here?
She was the most put off about it.
She was
Definitely.
pissed.
I think I would do it. Here's why.
Maybe, but I don't. Like I said, I don't know. I'd have to see what my relationship with Fury is.
How many chances are you gonna get to, be a spy?
Yeah. I guess the
And
other
it's
thing
Fury.
is though, he did lie to them and not
Quite a
tell
bit.
them that it was like a hush
Yeah,
hush
100%.
thing. It's not a part of Shield, so
That's right.
I guess technically I would have done it because if I was like just a part of that team, I'd be like, all right, just another job. Gotcha. Let's go.
See, I feel like if Nick Fury comes and knocks on my door, he's gonna be like, "I have a job for you," and I'll be like, "Yes, sir, Colonel Fury."
Oh,
and
so
he's
you're gonna
be
go into like soldier mode?
and then he's gonna be like, "I need you to mow the lawn," and then it's like, "Oh, well, I guess so." I mean, he asked me to.
So
He's the world's greatest spy. I feel like I have
I guess
to.
you're just like house sitting at that point for him. He has to go off and do the job, and now he just
house
needs somebody
sitting
to
for Nick
house
Fury?
sit. Yeah, he probably has a cat. You gotta take care
guaranteed,
take care
guaranteed
of the cat.
It's either one of those cats that's like a big ball of fur and is like super
or
mean.
it's the naked cat.
No, he's not Dr. Evil. It's
But
big ball of
you can't
fur.
see that. I see a naked cat with like a little sweater on that has the shield symbol.
See, I see
how cute
big,
is that?
furry, mean cat that like knows how to pee and poop and
okay.
flushes the toilet.
Okay.
Or it's one of those orange cats that's like super derpy.
Oh, the really derpy ones.
Yeah.
He would have a derpy cat.
And it's named like
And it's
Trigger
really
or something like
sweet.
that.
Yeah, it's like he makes it sound like it's the meanest damn thing, and he yells at it all the time. But it's like the cutest, clingy cat. So when it's around him,
There
it
you
just
go,
is, like,
Marvel.
constantly...
There's
I
your
mean, they kind of
best-selling
did.
comic book
They
for
kinda
2026.
Think about
It's
it. Though.
that or you make Jeff the Shark Colonel Fury's pet. Either way,
He's a big
it's
tank
pretty
for him.
solid. I could see him having a cat though.
I could see him having
He's
a cat.
he's gone all the time.
So when he
cat
comes
makes
back, he like
sense.
scritches its head, and then it's like meow, and then it's like how it goes.
That
yeah.
only likes Fury, like hisses at everybody else.
I could see that one absolutely. Yeah,
like
or
it's
a
Nick
one-eyed
Fury
cat
and it's Logan. Yeah, it's got one eye. Only likes Logan and Nick Fury.
I
That's
could
it.
definitely see it liking Logan. Wolverine would just be like, yeah, this is my favorite cat. I hate Nick Fury. I only come here for the cat.
I mean, Wolverine is a dog person, but
Nick Fury's cat is his favorite.
speaking of dog people, I am Kevin.
And I'm Rachel.
I mean, I would have a cat if I could, but I'm allergic.
I don't know.
So.
I might get one. One keeps popping up underneath our porch, so I don't know if that
boy.
one's like needs a home. We're gonna find out.
Well, that'll be fun to see with your dog. And this is Shelf Life, a podcast where a brother and sister team always get proper approval before toppling a foreign nation's regime, and also go through pop culture one at a time in walkthroughs to determine whether or not the subject at hand belongs on your shelf. This is Volume 6, Spy Summer.
Would we actually get permission? I feel like we wouldn't. We would just do it.
Rachel, don't say that.
Oh, I'm
Don't
sorry.
say that.
We always will ask for
classified.
permission.
We always.
You're
permission.
correct.
Always.
Wink.
Rachel, the viewers at home, or the listeners at home cannot see you. Rachel, we got our next dossier here on the agendum. What is up for contention to the shelf today?
We will be discussing the 2005 Marvel's Secret War.
That's right, not to be confused with Secret Wars.
There is no
or
S.
Secret Wars, or Secret Wars 2, or Avengers Secret Wars.
This is just Secret
This
War.
is Secret
Period.
War 1. We're allowed to have one.
No S.
So, yes, it is Secret War, the 2005 Marvel comic book, exemplified by, we'll either say it in this episode or the next episode, because I think the next episode is also 2005, and the episode after that is 2002, and the episode before this was 2002. There's reason behind that, Rachel.
Well, of course there is.
I think it's pretty obvious with what this book is, but before we go into that,
does that mean it's going to happen again? I feel like it's going to happen again.
Yeah, probably. Of course it will. This book is written by Brian Michael Bendis. I love that the credits don't say drawn. It says painted.
Well,
The painter is Gabriele Dell'Otto, or Dell'Otto. I never know how to say his name. I just like that it says painter. I think it's Dell'Otto. This is the second chapter, if you will, the second major event of the Marvel event comics, modern era, event era, whatever you want to call it. We previously did Avengers Assembled, so the Avengers are no longer when this book starts. There's some storylines that are going on simultaneously or within this same time frame that we will do one day. In particular, X-23's origin story, Winter Soldier, Captain America story. There's a good Daredevil story going on. There's good stuff within the Marvel universe, but this is the next big crossover event. Rachel's Secret War. What is it about, and what's your history with the book?
So Secret War is about Nick Fury finding out that Latveria's doing some sketchy stuff that he's concerned about.
He thinks they are.
He thinks they're doing some sketchy stuff. And the government doesn't really want to do anything about it, and they say that they got it covered. So he's like, yeah, screw that, and he wants to create his own team and fix the problem himself.
This is the CIA / like espionage style spy thing. So, I mean, Nick Fury, of course, king of the Marvel spies. He's in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is their spy organization that keeps the world in order in the Marvel universe. This really is one of those, like, he is taking his spyness and his intelligence to action to topple the current regime in Latveria, which is not Doctor Doom. This is post-Doctor Doom. I think he's either in hell right now at this point in the Marvel Universe timeline or in jail. I don't remember which.
It's one of those.
So he is not the dictator of Latveria. There's a president that was elected.
But with this quotations.
Elected quotations because the United States backed her in the election. So it's very much a commentary of United States world police action during the Cold War. And now, because this is post 9/11, it is the middle of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. It is prime time for this type of stuff, apparently. This has Patriot Act, this has Iraq War, this has Cold War, all written all over it.
It really does. It really does. He was in hell, by the way. I was looking it up. Oh, and people have agreed that he is in hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Bastard. Rotten hell.
A person wrote hell. And no, I'm not just being silly. I mean it.
Rachel, have you read this book before?
I have, but I didn't remember, like, most of it. Or remember reading it, really. I know you've had me read it because I've read the actual physical copy before. Yeah,
well, and because of where it lands in the timeline. That's why I bought the book. So I have the trade back copy of it. It is on my shelf. This one's one I feel like I don't go back to as much. I didn't remember a ton of it, and I actually got a different viewpoint or conclusion out of it this time than what was in my head of what I remembered this book being, which is interesting because we were coming up with our list of subjects for this, and we were trying to decide, like, should we do a pure Nick Fury comic, like just Nick Fury, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., or his Secret Warriors and stuff like that, which is what this book spins off into, is a Secret Warriors book. And then we were like, well, let's do Secret War. We want to keep, like, on this event train. And it's spy-ish, because it's got Nick Fury in it, and they topple Latveria. And then you read it, and you're like, oh, it's like, it is espionage to the gills. Like, it is spy.
It is.
Cold War book.
Like, heavy,
Now,
yes.
So, yeah, this book, as we said, is written by Brian Michael Bendis. Now, Rachel, I don't know, because you read it, the digital version.
I did.
Does the first issue have an excerpt from an anonymous source explaining where this book came from?
It did not.
Okay.
Ooh, this is exciting.
The trade backs tend to do this with Marvel, where it'll have, like, a guest writer that explains, like, why this book is important or why they like this book or something like that. This one is by Anonymous, and it is
That's
allegedly
fun. Love that.
someone that grew up or lived by or was friends with Brian Bendis's family. And when Brian was a child, he would tell him stories of all of the stuff that he did as a United States intelligence, almost a CIA-esque operative is kind of what you get out of the message here.
Okay.
And Brian took all of those stories and wanted to do a superhero story based on all the stories that this guy told him. And that's what this is.
Well, I highly doubt this specific story.
I don't.
happened.
Well, I mean, there
But
are
I
Cold
could
War
understand
stories
that,
of
yes.
Americans toppling the
Oh,
regime.
sure.
So he says,
Yeah.
like, the quote in here is saying, "Young Brian said to me, there's this comic called Secret Wars, but this Secret War sounds cooler. I explained that though lives were saved in our war, real people did die. Young Brian said, yes, but that doesn't make the story any less interesting. They should make a comic of this Secret War. I said, well, when you're older, maybe you will. And here it is, except with superheroes." So that's the idea.
That's fun. I like that. It's very cute.
So who knows if that's true or not, or if that's just a fun thing they put in there to, like, explain why Brian Bendis would want to write this. This is very much a Brian Bendis book. It's got his favorite characters in it. To me, Rachel, this is the precursor to the New Avengers. When we're talking about the main characters of this book are Spider-Man, Captain America, Wolverine, Luke Cage. There's your New Avengers. Daredevil is in it. Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I feel like
that's
I'm playing
the team
Ultimate
that
Alliance.
Fury
Yeah,
assembles.
yeah.
Well, that's what I was about to say. I was gonna say you might not have remembered reading this, but I bet you remember playing it.
Yeah, I do.
Because Ultimate Alliance 2, the video game Ultimate Alliance 2, this book is the first, like, mission of that game. You're doing the Secret War. That's how that one starts. Yeah, and they put together this exact same team from the comic book is how the game starts. Yeah. I think they might add Iron Man in the.
I feel like Iron Man was in there too. Yeah, he was. I remember him like yelling or something.
It's a very street level lineup. It's the kind of lineup where guys can sneak in. These are all guys that would be good at sneaking.
Because they all try to be kind of sneaky and hidden.
Yeah, or they're
the
soldiers, or they're more reliable probably than bringing Tony Stark along, for instance.
He's a little too ostentatious.
That level on the video game, I always wonder if you haven't read Secret War, are you like, who is this lady that's trying to kill us?
Potentially. I could see that. I could absolutely see that.
You and I have lived in a world, like, we read this book before we played that game.
Yeah.
So we knew who Lucia von Bardas is. And it's like, what if you don't know who that is? What if you're just
I guess if we go back, we might have...
lady?
I have a feeling. We have mentioned Ultimate Alliance a couple times now. We might have to go back and play those. Make sure they're on the list.
Those are on the list. Yeah,
Yeah.
those can be on the list.
Because then we can go back and we can say, hey, did they give enough background to understand what the hell is going on? You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Because sometimes they might not.
The drawing of this book,
Oh, it's so interesting.
painted by Gabriel Delato.
Maybe it's like an oil.
Rachel-
I don't know. It's very interesting the way that this is painted.
There's so much detail in a lot of these cells. It's so stylized.
Oh, very.
Like, maximum stylized.
Like, I look at it and I'm like, okay, it almost looks like it could be colored pencil, but I can understand even oil paint the way it looks. And because there's so much texture on everything. There's so much texture.
Everything has texture.
Everything has texture. Everything has little details. Like, you look at Luke Cage's face and he has that, like, his eyebrow is up and you can see the little creases in his face and everything everywhere, the shine. There is a lot of detailing in this.
It feels like it would have taken forever to draw this,
Oh,
and
God,
I don't
yes.
know.
There's so many layers. So many layers.
Like an onion. This book came out the first issue came out in 2004. It was supposed to be bi-monthly, but it didn't get done until like December 2025. And I don't know if that was a Bendis or a Delato delaying it or Marvel delaying it, but you could tell by the artwork that this might not be something that they could do all the time because of just how crazy it is. I don't know. I don't think that Gabriel Delato does a ton of actual issues of comics. I know he does a shitload of variant covers. Like, there's variant covers all over the place with his artwork. I think I have a Batman one.
I could see a lot of, like, noir-esque, done in this style. Like, I feel like it has to be, like, detective or espionage or a little gritty and dark. And
dark and gritty.
And, like, you have to stay in the shadows because it's, like, there's so much of that it's kind of, like, perfect for this style of writing.
I was going to ask you what you thought because the artwork is... It's a beautiful looking piece of paneling here with the comic, and we can get into it when we get into the conclusion or the verdict. Because I've made the point where like the art could be great, but if it doesn't fit the story or vice versa,
yes, it kind of feels disconnected.
Yeah, it doesn't feel disconnected, or even vice versa. The art can be bad, and that takes you out of the story, even though the story is.
I hate when that happens. It makes me sad.
Really is. Yeah, it really does stink when that happens.
It makes me sad. Yeah.
So before we get into it, do you want to give people a recap of what happened in Avengers Disassembled to get us to this point? I kind of want it in like Rachel's words from reading it like a year and a half ago.
Just way of like, So we did talk about Avengers Disassembled, and if you haven't listened to us talk about that one, you can go back and listen to that, of course.
Volume 3.
So feel free, go back and listen to it, or if it has been a while since you have listened to us talk about it. It was the one about Scarlet Witch changing the universe. Right? Or wait, having a breakdown.
Well, she has her mental breakdown.
She has her mental breakdown. And yeah, she's going after the Avengers, and she was like she used that very famous character, Jack of Hearts, to start it all off, It was so depressing when that happened. I couldn't believe it. She kind of used them against each other at that point.
Yeah, and so at the end of that book, the Avengers decide to disband. No, there are no longer Avengers. So the Avengers have disassembled. So now the Marvel Universe... Yes, exactly. So now the Marvel Universe is a bit broken up. All of them are doing their own thing. I don't have the timeline completely correct. Winter Soldier is almost about to reemerge. Daredevil has been outed as Matt Murdock, or at least the press thinks that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. He's denying it, and they can't really prove it, but they think that that's a possibility.
Right.
Spider-Man and Mary Jane are married to each other at this time. Spider-Man is teaching part-time at his old high school. I guess that kind of covers the main characters.
I was like, what happens? I was going to say, what's up with Luke Cage?
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones have banged, so now Jessica has gotten pregnant.
Yes.
We'll talk about that more in the walkthrough, but yeah, Luke and Jessica are expecting.
Right. Wolverine is still with the...
Wolverine's chilling at the
X Mansion. He's still just chilling. So... He's there. He's having a good time.
Scarlet.
I guess like she doesn't really.
Me. Who?
Not Scarlet. Black Widow.
Black Widow is
just doing her espionage.
She's just assisting in this.
She's just
this
doing
is just
her
another mission for her.
Yeah.
And like we said, Dr. Doom is in hell.
Yes.
So Latveria has a new president, Lucia von Bardas. That is what we're dealing with, headed into Secret War. Rachel, anything else before we hit the break?
I am ready for this mission. Let's go.
All right. Wonderful. After a word from our fake sponsor, we will dive right into Secret War.
Hey there, true believers. Got a monstrous appetite? Swing by Stanley's Pizza Parlor, where every pie's a pow, a zap, a smash, hit. Whether you're mild-mannered or massively muscled, we've got something for every alter ego. From our radioactive ranch crust to our Hulk-sized Gamma Supreme. These slices pack a punch worthy of even the Marvel Universe. So don't get hungry, get heroic. Mention Shelf Life and get 10% off your order. That's right, because it's Stan Lee's. With great pizza comes great responsibility. Excelsior!
We're back with another mission at the Summer of Spies on Shelf Life. This is Secret War, written by Michael Bendis and painted by Gabriel Delato. Rachel, it is issue number 1 that we will get right into it here. Covers.
We gotta talk about the covers every time.
Gotta talk about the covers. The covers, for being Gabriel Delato, is extremely minimal.
But I think they did that on purpose. We have minimal color. We have minimalistic covers, and then we have very detailed innards. It's great. So the cover for this, black background, it almost looks like, I was gonna say like a film reel of faces in like the middle area underneath the title.
Yeah, it's
kind of
microfilm of some kind.
Yeah, microfilm. That's what it is. It's like black and white. It's very grayed out, and it's all of the different characters that we're gonna be. Well, it's not, because there's Thor. Why is Thor the first one? Anyway, so we have different superheroes.
It's just Nick Fury's files.
I think that's all that makes sense. And then on top of that, bold and in color, is Spider-Man swinging.
Yes, a very articulated Spider-Man. The webs underneath his arms and everything. And that's all. That's it is. The trade back has heroes busting down a door in their espionage outfits, like I was explaining to Rachel.
So that's like the full. That's gonna be like the full story cover.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the issue begins. Kind of. We're in Harlem, as we've explained. This art is crazy articulate. Some of these faces are extreme.
Like, they have very extreme emotions, so it's like, you know what they're thinking or whatever, but it gets a little wacky at points.
And in some of them, if you're supposed to be far away, like the sun and like the shadowing takes over to give it that gritty look, like you were saying, Rachel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the colors get like pulled out of it too. Usually it goes down to like only a few colors.
Yeah, it depends on the scene, too, because, like, some scenes there's, like, purple, some scenes it's a lot of blue in the background. Like, they definitely use the background to enhance the foreground a lot, or the characters. There's a lot of that going on. Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are walking back from a grocery store bodega of some kind in Harlem. They're just talking to each other, and then these kids on the street are like, "Whoa, you're Luke Cage!" And they're asking him, like, "Is your skin really unbreakable? How do you sweat?" And he's like,
they just
"Look,
keep
are
asking
you guys
him questions?"
Yeah, and he's like, "Are any of you guys dealing drugs at the playground?"
Immediately,
like...
they flip out because he asks that.
They're like, "No." He just likes to strike fear in anyone just to keep them on the clean side. Because they're like, "No, man, nah." Because he's saying, like, I think that you guys know a name of somebody that is doing it.
Yeah, he wants a name. He wants the name of the dealer, because he's like, I have a feeling you guys have come across the dealer before.
So he says that he's gonna go in his house, his apartment, with his lady. I like how he calls Jessica his lady. And when he's done eating dinner, he's gonna want a name. Jessica's like, they're just kids, Luke. Jessica Jones is a Brian Michael Bendis character.
Okay.
He wrote her for Alias, which is exactly like the TV show Jessica Jones, where she's a private investigator and stuff, and she ends up hooking up with Luke Cage. Very much like Luke Cage, they're just kind of having a good time, and then she gets pregnant.
Yeah.
One of the things, I'm just going to say this flat out right now, because I'm going to say it now, I'm going to say it in House of M, I'm going to say it whenever we do any of these. I really hate how Jessica Jones gets kind of nerfed by being pregnant.
Oh my god, that happens
throughout
in, like,
this
everything.
entire run.
Every time any character in anything gets pregnant, they're gone. They're out. It's so annoying.
Because she's a good character, and in this one, she's just kind of like sad because of what happens to Luke in a minute. So she doesn't even get a lot to do in this one.
No, but I feel like she could have more. She's not
as ornery in this book. Like,
right.
Luke gets blown up.
I feel like she would be more so.
You think that she'd be like, I'm going to investigate. Yes. I'm going to find out what the fuck is going on. And she, like, doesn't do that.
No,
and
she
it
just
seems
becomes
like
kind
out
of sheepish.
character.
Yeah, it was
So it just
weird
feels
to
like
me.
and even in the comics she was like that, so it's like, Bendis, did you you cut her balls off, to steal a phrase, I can't think of a better way to say it, when she got pregnant, and that just seems like shitty, and became a mom, because eventually they have the kid.
Sure.
And
but I feel like she'd still be badass, Jessica Jones. Like, what the hell?
But I read a lot of this storyline through before I read Alias or watched the Jessica Jones show. And then when you watch Jessica Jones, you're like, oh, she's badass.
Yeah.
And an asshole and all of this stuff. That's not what I remember from these, but that's because they no, I'm a mom. Here's
just
little
Mom
Danny.
Jessica. This is Jessica. Come on.
It's what are you doing? Anyway, I needed to say that because it's always
totally
bugged me how Jessica doesn't do enough in these books, in my opinion.
I feel like she
even
could do
in
more.
this,
she'd want to do
she should
more.
be doing more.
She would want to do
I get
more.
that. I get that Fury wouldn't have her do it, but she could have had some
She'd be
info
breaking
and
down
leaked
some
it
damn doors.
to Cap or leaked it to Murdoch
Daredevil?
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be breaking down some doors. She wouldn't be like, oh, I'm pregnant, I can't do anything. No, she'd be like, I'm pregnant, I'm gonna kick your ass for taking out Luke Cage. Like, what do you mean?
Anyway, they go into their house. When they walk in, there is a buxom lady,
A buxom
or
red-headed lady.
Does she have red hair?
I don't know. It looks
I think
red.
that's just the sun. I think that's
it
just
looks
the sun.
red.
I
don't
think
know who
it's
it's supposed
Lucia.
to be. Is it supposed to be Lucia?
Well, because you got that.
Oh,
eye
that's
going
true.
on.
Yeah, you got the shine. Yeah, you're right.
It's
It
either
looks like
her or
red
it's-
hair, though.
Well, I wondered if it was Diamondback, because later on Diamondback shows up, but I don't think Diamondback has red hair. I'd have to flip forward and find her.
But you might be right. It could just be like the shine. It could be reflecting off of something else.
No, I don't think it is Diamondback.
red
I think it's just the
herring.
shine. You can see the curves and everything in the shadows, and you can't tell who it is. Luke, who is not bald in this comic either, by the way, they draw him with
he's got
a
some
buzz cut hair.
Yeah.
It's just odd to see Luke Cage with hair like that.
I don't know. For
bothered
some
me.
reason, it makes him feel younger.
Yeah,
You
a little
know,
bit,
I don't know
suppose.
why. It's like he was like, I don't feel like shaving my head. So then
He's not as bulked up in this. He's slimmer. He's got a sleeker
that too.
physique.
Maybe that's why I feel like he feels a little younger. I don't think that's true.
Luke says that it was stupid. Stupid don't even begin to describe what you just did, lady. Breaking into my pad, and the lady says, I know where I am, Luke Cage. And he goes, Christmas. Thinking his sweet Christmas line. A giant laser explosion
beam
blast.
comes out of
in the apartment.
Yeah.
So Luke has been blown up. Meanwhile, on the Shield helicarrier, definitely could have been previously on Shelf Life. And then it's just us doing Avengers Disassembled, and then you have to come back here.
Oh yeah, that could work. Yeah,
even though
I
this
like
isn't
that.
like a sequel to Avengers Disassembled, it's just that this is what happens next. Kind of,
right.
You know? On the helicarrier, which is the helicarrier. In your words, what is the helicarrier?
It's a floating base in the sky.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
big
it's
blimp
This is an
base.
odd one. This is very bulky. A lot of
Yeah, they
the
draw it very
shows and stuff
bulky.
now are very sleek and thin. This
Yeah.
is very bulbous.
It looks much more like a Death Star base.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's
that
weird.
kind of size. And, yeah. There's a bunch of people that are at a table, and they're giving Fury an update on a bunch of stuff that's going on.
Yeah, they're more like just
And-
messing with each other at first, though. I was
Yeah,
trying
I mean,
to
they're
figure out
talking
who
about-
they were.
Yeah, you don't really ever know. They're just other Shield agents that are high ranking, apparently, because they're with Fury here.
Right.
Early this morning, we received several cryptic reports out of Israel. Sabra shut down a terrorist cell that was planning a nerve gas attack in the Gaza Strip. Last night, the president of Afghanistan went on national Afghan television and declared the astral plane an Afghan territory.
Isn't
So,
that
they're-
weird?
Trying to combine real world
Yes.
stuff that was going on and might still be going on with stuff that's Marvel terminology. Things like that.
Exactly.
A new book by Washington Post reporter Bob Woodward is coming out next month that says the president has grave doubts about S.H.I.E.L.D.'s involvement in the Hydra situation in Baghdad last year. They're just name dropping any
Oh yeah, they're
foreign.
just everything that they can that kind of parallels with real world.
So Fury looks very bored by all of this. He's just same old shit every single time. Mideast.
And then they go,
Mideast, Russia.
oh yeah, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage got attacked and Luke Cage is in a coma. And he goes, what?
Yeah, he perks up and they're all like, he's in a coma. Like, who gives a shit? It's Luke Cage.
Which is
We don't
like-
care about Luke Cage.
Wow.
Well, because like it's 2005, so
Right.
Luke Cage is not on like the come up yet. He's
Sure.
a street level character.
Right.
For Nick Fury to care about Luke Cage, he's just like, wait, what? So I think that's the idea there, because they're like, what's the big deal, sir?
Right.
We go back to the hospital, and Luke is in a coma. They can't do anything to him because of his unbreakable skin, so they
Yes.
can't inject drugs into him. They
So
can't
they have,
get
like,
into his skin.
Tubes and stuff going down like every orifice to try to save him.
Yeah, it's the only thing they can do.
And
Danny
Jessica,
Rand and Jessica are there. So Iron Fist has shown up because obviously, for anyone that doesn't
course.
know, Iron Fist is Luke Cage's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
They're buddies.
so of course he's gonna be
Like-
there when his buddy's in a coma.
Fury opens the door. Rand is like, Nick Fury?
Fury? Like, what the hell are you
Fury.
doing here?
I like this timeline of Marvel too because not everyone is connected yet because the events haven't like overtaken Marvel. So
Right.
Fury's like, Danny Rand, Iron Fist, right? He's like, yeah. Why are you here? Because it's just like nowadays you'd probably be like, oh yeah, Nick Fury walks into the room because something's wrong with Luke. But they're like,
Yeah,
what the
'cause
fuck
it's like-
is Nick Fury doing here?
Right. Because you
He's an
just expect him
Avengers
to be with
guy.
any superhero for some reason. You just kind of connect
Yeah.
him. Right. But at this point, no, that's not how it goes.
What didn't happen yet? Rand explains what happened.
But this is like the only page where Jessica kind of has that gritty, I'm going to kick your ass, Nick. Like,
Yes.
why do you feel connected to this?
Fury-
You got to explain yourself right now. Look on her face.
Fury looks very remorseful.
He
and
does.
upset. She looks pissed. She knows he knows something.
Yeah.
The drawing of Jessica is so detailed.
It is.
On this page. It looks
It's
like a
really,
photograph.
It looks photographic. It's beautiful.
So she asks him, what does he know? And like he just kind of stares at her for a second, and then we go to 1
He
year
just kind
ago.
of looks like, oh, I'm a little guilty. That's the look on his face.
I
oh, I'm
did
guilty.
something
I did something
bad."
stupid.
I couldn't have done that. That was bad.
Little squishy Fury.
Oh, don't hurt me, Jessica. I did something bad. So we go to 1 year ago, and it's footage of Iron Man and Thor beating the shit out of somebody called, who is, Killer Shrike?
I think it was something with Shrike, yeah. Because they were like, what
Killer
even is a
Shrike.
Shrike? You know, that's
Is that
what
a
they were...
stupid name, or?
Right.
It's an
Villain
interrogation
Killer
room.
Shrike. Killer Shrike.
Killer Shrike got captured by Iron Man and Thor because this is back a year ago. The Avengers were still doing stuff, and he's being interrogated by who he thinks is the FBI, and then it turns out like he puts it together that it's actually S.H.I.E.L.D. and they're
Yes.
interrogating him, asking him, and they're like doing the old typical interrogation routine.
It is.
They're like-
and they're like making fun of him and talking to each other and trying to get like
Yeah.
a rise out of him. That's kind of what they're
like
going
Rachel,
for.
you be the guy with the glasses, and I'll be the other guy.
Yeah, I always wondered.
What is that, Special Agent Sitwell?
I wondered what it must feel like to see yourself on TV dressed, like that, getting your butt handed to you so badly.
So badly.
I mean, I was embarrassed for you, and I don't even like you.
I think I get a lawyer. Super villain Killer Shrike wants a lawyer.
What the fuck is a Shrike exactly?
Simon Maddox, aka Killer Shrike, is caught red-handed by the mighty Avengers of New York City, and now he thinks a lawyer is going to save his sorry B-level uninspired Super Tookus. Okay, now I wanted to get to that point because
You
I
just
needed
liked
to point
the word
out that.
Tookus?
Okay, well, I need to say this because this happens a few times in
I
this
love
book,
the
and I'll probably
Tookus.
point it out. I like it. My mama's a Tookus.
No! No! Go on.
Brian Bendis has a specific style where he will use terms and words that should not be used. We didn't say the word
love it.
Tookus in 2004.
Well, I'm going to say
2005.
Tookus from now on, all right? So expect Tookus.
So
going
sometimes
forward
he uses
in this
these words that
podcast.
like are used by somebody from like the
Tookus.
fucking 50s.
I think
it's
it
just
also
very strange.
I think he might be using. Well, does he always use this terminology, even when it's not like a noir style espionage?
We'll find out, I think, as we kind of go through
Okay.
the Bendis
If we hear
stuff,
Tookus
but
again, it's just
I
his
think
thing.
so. I think sometimes he thinks he can get away with it because, like, Spider-Man will say words like Tookus, but it's like...
But he does it
can
as he
kind
makes
of
like
get
a
away
joke
with
about it
Yeah,
because he's calling it a Tookus, so he's gonna make a joke.
Yeah.
You know. How many times can we say
So they
Tookus in this episode? Start counting.
We can keep trying. I guess every time I have to say ass, I'll say Tookus and see what happens. So they talk about how he has all of this tech weaponry on him.
Yes. Like,
He
how could he
wears
even
a bunch of,
afford
like,
it?
He can't afford it. And they want to know how he could afford it. Because it's, like, crazy the amount of tech he has. And they're going back and forth and talking about how, like, he's a piece of shit and he's never amounted to anything. We can't find any money. In fact, they'd have his bank statements. He has $6,345 in savings and $2,344 in checking. He has no safety deposit boxes, no other names, no nothing.
Right.
And Killer Shrike is like, you can't just detain me. I want a lawyer now. And they're like, you think we're feds? Who said we're FBI? And he freaks out because he's like, you're SHIELD agents?
Yeah, and it's, I guess, is it just supposed to be that SHIELD agents are a bit more not of the law? They're above the law?
Correct. Yes.
So
I am above the law.
they can kind of get away with a lot more.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The corruption of SHIELD would be that they do not believe in due process. They're like...
That's what it seems like.
The IMF. They're going to throw Killer Shrike in with, what's her name? Max from Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
They're both going to be thrown into a
Exactly.
room.
I don't know if they'd be thrown into a room together, but at least in the same room behind another door. It's like
Yeah.
solid.
No, it's a windowless room
Yeah.
that they never get out of. So they want to know the name of who is funding him, and they're like, we know Phineas Mason, the Tinkerer, is comping you for this stuff, but we want to know where the Tinkerer is. So they're like, give it up, and he won't do it for a while, and they've
And they
got
start
his face
beating-
smushed. Yeah, they
Beating
beat
the
shit
crap out of
him.
his Tookus.
Yeah,
And
they've got his head up against the table. And
No,
they're like,
against
we're gonna
the
send you
glass.
to Rikers.
Oh yeah, they do that.
They
They
threat-
put him up
they
against
threat
the
that they're
table,
just-
and then they smash him against the one-way
Oh,
glass
yeah.
too, or the two-way glass, two-way glass,
No, one-way glass.
one-way glass. Because
Right?
because he can only
Fury
see
can
them.
see in, but
yes,
they can't see out,
one-way glass.
And they're like, we're gonna send you to Rikers, and we think your old friend Hammerhead is there, and all this stuff. And he's like, oh no! And they're like, oh, the Punisher might be in there too. And he's like, oh no! Okay, I'll tell you anything you want. Just.
He becomes a
I
little
want a
weasel.
deal.
He becomes a little
Yeah.
weasel.
He's terrified of prison. Fury's face in the one cell when he says that he's going to give up his name, he looks so like
Smug?
Yeah, smug and like evil.
Yes. Because they have it like where it's like red on one side and blue on the other, and there's a big old
Yeah.
shadow down the middle. But he's got that smirk on his face.
We go to Philadelphia, where Killer Shrike is going up to this room, and they have
Well, he's trying.
him
to.
wired.
He's buzzing it. Yeah.
And the Tinker's like, what do you want? I thought that you got pinched. And he's like, no, I dodged him. And immediately the SHIELD agents are like, shit.
crap.
They're
That's
like,
the end of
they
it.
know exactly what's about to happen. So they're like, you alone? And he's like, I love that the Tinker is like, you alone? And he just doesn't answer for a second. And it's like, dude, you have to
You
answer that like immediately.
Hesitated. You don't hesitate.
Folks at home, if you're ever a informant for SHIELD or
Yes.
the FBI,
And someone
and
asks,
the person, yeah,
are you alone?
did you kill him alone?
You
The
immediately
is
answer,
yes.
yes. Immediately. Duh. Can also
And
be
if
a
you
good
want to
answer.
be a
if you're
smart ass
flippant.
about it, yeah, if you want to be flippant about it, you go like, except for the Uber driver, let me the fuck in, you know,
Right.
like
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, if you're a flippant guy, you gotta keep that going too. You can't be too serious.
That's
It's
right.
kind of those things. You gotta keep your personality.
So Tinker buzzes him in. He grabs the door handle and he gets electrocuted and dead.
And dead.
Yes, he is dead. Of course, then a bunch of SHIELD agents were ready to like
Just
pounce,
everywhere. Construction
so
workers.
they all do.
Jumping
Yeah, there were
down.
a bunch
For
of-
some reason, a car is hovering into the air. It goes a little nuts for a second.
I've always been like on the fence about the hovering cars, but if you're in the Marvel universe and like you're, the 60s and stuff where it was crazy and they just did whatever they wanted, it's like about as grounded as you can pull it back. That just Shield has hover cars.
Yes, and hover
like,
shoes,
hover
cars,
hover shoes, jetpacks,
yeah,
all sorts of shit. So later on, back at the Shield base of operations, Nick is getting some background from one of his
This isn't in the base of
operatives.
operation. I think this is in the...
Where is it?
This is the Tinkerer's hideout. He left.
Oh, okay. That's why all those costumes
That's why
are
all
there.
of that's there, because he just left it.
Okay.
He
That
got
makes
out,
more
he got the
sense.
hell out of there. He goes, "Oh, you're, trying to screw me over. I'm out."
Okay, and that's why she says an underground tunnel system not in the building plans, Nick.
Yes.
We found 4 old passports, some different names. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Yeah, so then there's all of these
He ran.
different costumes of different supervillains that the Tinkerer is working on. He gets a call on this futuristic
Flip phone.
telephone from Natasha, and it's Black Widow has entered our wonderful story. Is this the first time we've gotten Black Widow?
It might be. I think it might be. Yeah.
Can't believe it. It is.
Huh.
So Black Widow shows up for the first time on Shelf Life.
Yes.
I think back in the day she would have been lesser known. Now, of course, she's one of the most popular
Of
Avengers
course.
and stuff. So Black Widow has shown up. This cell phone, this attempt at a futuristic cell phone,
Yes.
is hilariously bad.
It looks like one of those
It's like-
walkie-talkies you would have gotten out of like a cereal box as a kid.
Yes, it does.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like my Ninja Turtle shell communicate.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Donatello made this in 1987.
It's such a. It looks weird. It's an odd shape.
Yeah, it's got like a bulbous number
Keypad?
keypad. Yeah.
It doesn't
So,
look like it would be comfortable in your hands, and it's like small in his hands, like he could just immediately crush it, like by accident. Like it's very odd.
Yeah.
He's gonna fat
But it
finger
is
that
their,
thing constantly.
It's their attempt at spy tech, which I've enjoyed throughout our spy summer of just seeing
Of
all of the
course.
shitty different spy tech that has been had throughout the ages. Black Widow says, "You're loving me big time right now. What do you got, Natasha?" "I got the Tinker." "Where are you?" "Latvian
Latvian.
Airport, baby." Latveria? Great place to be a woman, let me tell you.
Yeah, because she's
Which
like
is, like,
covered.
so weird, because like
She's covered from head to toe.
head to toe.
Mhm.
I thought partly because of the fact that she's Natasha Romanoff and she
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
want to be spotted.
I think. Well, she's
spy.
blending in.
She's blending in, but like Lucia is the president, so it's not like they're like we cannot have a female leader. And Dr. Doom, I don't know how sexist he was, but I get the point. Like the whole point is that it's like a kind of a misogynistic, patriarchal
Yeah.
society, more or less. Yeah.
Right.
It's weird though coming from Natasha because Latveria is like a fake Balkan state
Sure.
that's in the Marvel universe, just a fake country that's Doctor Doom's country of origin.
Right.
That's like Eastern European, and it's like, Natasha, you're Russian. I get it that you defected and everything. You're basically an American, but still, you kind of are Eastern European, natty.
Yeah, but
Just
I
saying.
mean, she usually doesn't have to cover herself. She can usually be her buxom, sexy
right.
lady self. You
Her
know,
wonderful self. Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
gotta have that tuchus out and everything.
Yep, that's right. Sculpted took us. Natasha, if you're around, call me. So anyway, the Tinker is there. Fury tells Widow to follow him, and she gets picked up by somebody, or Tinker gets picked up.
He gets picked
by
up by somebody.
with government plates.
Yes.
So she sends a picture using her cell phone
Her flip
to
phone.
Fury. Yes.
She
I
just
thought
has,
it
like, a
was just,
regular
like,
flip
weird
phone.
camera, but yeah, she just has a regular flip phone
Yes.
with video capability, which in 2005 would have been
Ooh, the
of the
crappiest.
highest quality.
Oh, I mean, yes, the highest quality.
Would have had so many megapixels, like 10 megapixels.
You'd be able to get so much detail. You'd be able to zoom in and still know what you're looking at. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. This picture of this license plate that she sent to Fury would have been. I would have loved if they showed it and it was like blurry and terrible. Like it was like you can't make shit out on it. Car must have been moving. Damn it.
No, it was
Like
actually
that's the
standing
end of
still.
it.
She was right next to it.
She's literally standing behind it, and
Going,
she's just like, that one's pretty
as
blurry.
close as I can get.
We're at the White House now.
Focus. Sorry.
Enhance again. There should have just been an entire page of Fury trying to enhance this photo. We're at the White House now, and Fury is giving a briefing to the president and presumably his cabinet here.
Is that the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
his cabinet. A long-standing tradition of the Marvel comic books, unless you're Franklin Delano Roosevelt, is you don't see the president's face
or any of his people,
so that it remains timeless, or any of his people. So like they usually are always in the shadow.
I like that.
Yeah,
because you could put any president in that same seat, and you'd be like, okay, yeah, that works.
I don't know. I mean, the one currently wouldn't have been this cogent.
No.
but for the most part, yeah.
But you could put in other presidents. It would work, yeah.
So Fury is telling him that for the past couple of months, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s been working on a project codenamed Circuit. We had a substantial break in the case this week. Refresh me, Fury. And Fury says that they caught... Rachel just got that. They caught Jack-O-Lantern, a shitty supervillain that pretends like he has a jack-o'-lantern on his head.
Yep. He's like on fire.
He robbed a bank in self-designed Kevlar panel battlesuit using antiseptic, I can't say that word, lacrimatory regurgitant gas,
anesthetic,
smoke. Yeah, thank you. I could not say it for some reason. Anesthetic. I can't say it. My tongue won't let me do it.
It's fine. It's okay.
And concussion custom design grenades.
He's using some really fancy fucking grenades. There you go.
That's right. And after he was interrogated by the FBI, they turned him over to S.H.I.E.L.D. He robbed a bank and got $11,000, which is pathetic.
Right.
And the technology and hardware was worth over $250,000. And they're like, there's no, like, why would he be robbing a bank when he has that kind of tech on him? And then you get the Cold War, war on terror stuff here, because he says, if someone is backing these criminals financially, bankrolling them through the Tinkerer, then by definition, these are no longer criminals. These are no longer crimes. I said it backwards, but they're terrorists.
Yes.
And, like, the way that they're like, dun, 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 like, yeah, they said the terrorist word. I get it. I get that, like, they're just kind of criminals, but we're not going to call any of these, like, they're all terrorists. They're supervillains. They're literally, like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah. They would still just be supervillains. They would still just be supervillains.
They would be supervillains just by the definition of terrorism. If they were acting on behalf of a terrorist group or on a group that is politically trying to cause disarray,
which I guess is his
in the United States,
I guess
which
that's
is his point, and that's what makes them terrorists. Yeah.
Right.
But they don't know that.
No.
Like, I think that's part of this too. Is I don't know how many of them are aware that they're working for Lucia.
True.
So
that's very true, because that's like he's like the middleman. He's just
Tinker
giving you
is
stuff.
the middleman.
That doesn't mean you know anything up the food chain. You're just getting some cool tech to be a bad guy. They
are able to track it down to Lucia von Bartis, the elected prime minister of Latveria.
The prime minister, not president.
Hey, Mr. Prime Minister! After he says Lucia von Bartis' name, there is silence, and the president goes, well, Colonel, that is quite a hard pill to swallow. And Fury says he knows, but that's why he's here. And they talk about how after, Doom got sent to hell, that she's been bent over backwards to mend ties between America and Latveria, and they're like, we got her elected, Fury.
Yeah,
and they're like,
it's
we've
like
sent her a bunch of money and
her.
aid.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and they sent her a bunch of aid money, and they're like, look, I know this hurts, but we need to do something about this. The president goes, that won't be necessary, and he's like, I'm sorry? Like, Fury cannot believe that they're not willing to do something about this, and they're like, we're not going to do anything. And he says, sir, we can only assume that this situation is going to escalate. The next phase will be organized. And they're like, Fury, we have this under control.
Right, just stay out of it.
And Fury insists again, and they're like, look, the Secretary of Defense has a pleasant relationship with Lucia. We're going to handle things diplomatically. So he's all pissed off on the White House lawn now.
Yes.
And Allegra de Fontaine, Rachel, it is Elaine Bennis herself here, walks up to Fury. They've always shown DeFontaine in the Marvel comic book universe has always been somewhat of a Fury surrogate a little bit. Like she's in control of some stuff with S.H.I.E.L.D. Sometimes she's not. Sometimes she's more CIA.
Sure.
Kind of like Elaine is, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in the movies. So she asks Nick what happened, and he says, "It's happening again, Valentina."
He
What?
almost gets
It's happening
teary-eyed.
again. Is he teary-eyed?
I would say that there's a bit of moisture in one of those.
He has puppy dog eyes.
He has those
yeah,
like
I see what
moisture
you're
in his
talking about.
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. So he's talking about how like they're gonna sit on this information and they're not gonna do anything, and they're gonna play by everyone's rules even though no one else is playing by their rules, and innocent people are gonna die. It's happening all over again.
So he wants to take it into his own hands.
I looked online a little bit and people thought that he was referring to 9/11.
Why?
Well,
Was there something?
I didn't know if that is just the commentary of the book coming through about 9/11, because like by now we would have known that like all of the different intelligence agencies of the United States knew that they were planning something, but they didn't talk to each other, so nobody kind of knew what it was. There were just like rumblings. Is that the commentary?
Hey, that could be.
And then it reflects back to 9/11. 9/11 did happen in the Marvel universe. I have the book actually. They did a tribute episode or a tribute issue in Spider-Man of the towers falling, and it's a terrible book. It's really non-canon. Dr. Doom is there helping in the cleanup effort, and he's crying. That's correct. Yeah, it's a really bad. It's really bad.
That's poor writing. I'm so sorry, whoever wrote that.
Yeah,
that
because
was
it's like
poor
Dr.
writing.
Doom has
the
done.
The second you said Dr. Doom, no.
Oh my god!
That
No,
man
Rachel,
could
look
give
it
a
up.
shit.
Look up Dr. Doom Marvel's 9/11 issue. It is because it's like Dr. Doom has done 10,000 9/11s.
I was
like,
gonna say
he's a terrorist.
he is also a terrorist. That's what he does.
Yeah, it's very odd. We've said terrorists and 9/11 so much on this episode already. We're gonna get flagged.
Who gives a shit? It's fine.
Yeah, it's such a weird issue, but it did happen in this universe as well. It's so weird because like you would think that this would just be like an occurrence in this world. So that's what people think that this is referring to. So it's commentary on that, which makes the politics of this book extremely interesting. What you're getting out of this is kind of the Iraq situation with the WMDs. Rachel's looking. Are you looking at the?
I was. Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah, it's weird because like the panel, it's him saying, because even the worst of us, however scared,
So fucking weird.
are still human, still feel, still mourn the random death of innocence, and he's crying.
Yeah, and it's like, no, that man would not give a shit. He would not have given a shit about that.
This person's like, maybe Kingpin or Doc Ock, but Dr. Doom?
Yeah, Kingpin I could see.
Yeah.
I could see Kingpin helping Spider-Man lift up rubble and being like, we're putting our bygones aside.
And this one says, if Dr. Doom had been displeased with the attack on September 11th, Osama bin Laden's mutilated corpse would have shown up on the steps of the UN building the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
He would have been like, fuck this.
Exactly.
He
But guess what?
Yeah,
He
he
wouldn't
didn't
have
give a
given a shit.
It's so weird.
Very strange. If this is an allegory to like that as well with like the Iraq stuff, it becomes a strange book politically, especially looking back on it 20 years after the fact. I don't recall, I couldn't tell you if by 2004, 2005, the American public had already turned on the Iraq war. I think they did, but I would have been in high school and everyone was like, please don't draft us. So we were all against the war.
Sure.
But I don't know if this book is pro or anti. And
It's
that's
really
going to be an interesting
hard
thing to
to
figure
tell.
out as we...
I feel like
Yeah.
it's showing...
It almost both sides
It feels almost both sides.
Yeah.
It shows like the negatives of both, I think.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It
'Cause
shows
it's
like
hard
the
to tell...
extreme of we don't want to do
Yeah.
anything and I'm going to take matters into my own hands.
And it almost is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
Where... Would it have happened if he did anything? If he didn't do
Maybe
this?
not to the scale?
Like, did he cause this? Yeah.
Right.
That's part of the commentary. It's very hard to tell what we're supposed to take away. Mm-hmm. Maybe not it. Maybe you're supposed to take away your own interpretations of it. I don't know.
Let us know what you thought. I would love to hear it.
Valentina asks Nick what he's going to do, and we go back to the present day where he looks very sad, and he's standing in
With
front
Luke?
of Luke Cage's bed, and he goes, "What have I done?"
done?
And that is the end of the first issue. Rachel, one more question before we get to issue 2. Did your issues have this interrogation pages?
Didn't. No.
Okay. So this was part of the trade back, and I think it was...
There was interrogation, I think, at the end of the entire thing.
With Daisy Johnson? Okay. Oh, we'll get there.
Okay.
So there's interrogation at the end of each issue. It gives you some background on something that, like, how they got the information that they unveil in each issue. This one happens to be with Agent Wu, Agent Sitwell, and then Jack-O-Lantern.
Okay.
And they're talking to him about how they caught him, and then they're asking him, where did he get all of his tech? And he says the Tinkerer. We do find out that Jack-O-Lantern was in the CIA for 4 years. He says, "I was CIA for 4 years. You don't think I know how this is played? You don't think I know how much you paid beep for beep? We don't, or how about the beep and the beep?" And they're like, ending recording. That's how they're recording it.
Are they beeping him? Is he actually swearing? Or are they redacting words?
No, they're like omitting whatever he's
they
talking
are
about.
redacting
He's talking about
it.
like confidential stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, because
So
that's
the
why
end
when
of
you
issue-
said like they said it like, oh God, just end the recording now. I was just like, that's redacted.
Yeah.
That's so redacted.
So that is the end of the first issue. Rachel, on to book 2 of 5.
Book 2. The cover is Wolverine this time. Same idea where it says Secret War Book 2 of 5, and then it has like the same, here's like the little pictures of each person, very dark and in the background, and Wolverine is up front, bright yellow, shiny, with claws out.
With some crazy sideburns and like a
Oh,
Fu Manchu.
he looks, I don't like Wolverine's depiction in this one.
Drawing it,
It's
his drawing is a little weird.
weird.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's fine. Maybe that's what he's supposed to look like, but I'm just not used to it, so it just kind of creeps me out.
It's a strange character design for Wolverine in this. The issue begins 1 year ago from the attack on Luke Cage.
Yes.
This issue is your prototypical Marvel story, we're getting the gang together issue. Several Marvel books do this. We'll see this when we do New Avengers. We'll see this when we do Guardians of the Galaxy. We'll see this when we do like 5 of the latest Avengers books. Like, this happens all the time where like one guy goes around and gathers.
It's time to
we're
assemble
getting
the
the gang
team.
back together.
Right.
Yeah. Which I enjoy. I enjoy a good assembling the team. And you're on a spy mission, so you're assembling the team. I think that fits just fine.
It fits with our theme. It's on your bingo card, so make sure to cross it off.
That's right.
Let's keep going.
Oh, yeah, you got to make that bingo card, right?
Absolutely.
Captain America is taking down, here I am, 1 billion years later, and instead of goose-stepping Nazis, I'm fighting mass terrorists, kidnapping their own country's ambassador, right on the steps of the United Nations. And I don't have time for fancy. I don't have time for speeches. Not that they deserve either. They may have chemical weapons on them. They may try to blow themselves up to make a point. No one in the country will ever understand. I know I won't. I never will. How 2005?
It's so
Of him to say that.
2005, but he is Mr.
We'll
America.
never understand. Why
You know?
are the terrorists attacking us? We don't understand. Like, nowadays when we like self-reflect and we're like,
Well,
they're terrible.
They're still terrible.
They're terrorists.
of course.
They're monsters. How much did we contribute to creating these monsters?
Right. Which is the sad part.
But Captain America does not understand this. His outfit, Rachel, I do like the detail in
Oh,
his
yeah.
outfit.
The feathers.
In the this book, the
Those
feathers really
feathers.
stand out. Yeah, I liked the way that they showed up in Endgame, where it was like armor that like because the armor kept like
It's
getting
like
peeled
armor
back, so it was just like
scales.
another armor scale. Yeah,
Yeah, it's cool.
I like thinking of it that way.
Oh, yeah, I think of it more of as armor scales, but I assume it's supposed to be more so a depiction of an eagle feather, because
eagle,
Captain
yeah.
America and America
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
eagle and the...
He's so wide in this book too. He's
Oh,
a,
yeah.
he's a beastly bulging man.
barrel-chested.
But
that
he's
took
got
us.
the details.
You got the Captain America
He looks
took
so.
us.
Don't you think he looks old in this book too?
He looks a little older in this, yeah. He looks like he's
Is
in
it
his
getting-
40s.
Yeah, which I think is probably a little older than Cap is usually depicted. He's probably late 30s, I think, most of the time.
Right.
Or early
Almost
30s. Somewhere in his
50s.
30s, I would say.
I always assume it's like around 30 because he was young when he was, changed.
See, he's older, though. So Spider-Man, I think, is always like 28, 29. Like, that's his,
Sure.
range nowadays.
Yeah.
I would say that Cap and Tony are
They
older
are
than that,
older, but of
by
course
at least
they
a
are
decade.
older. Yes, I agree, but because of the serum, it keeps him looking younger.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
So in what I kind of see it as is because of when he was given that serum, it's truly slowing down what he looks like.
100%. That's
So
fair.
I
That's
always
fair.
think like early
He
30s
looks younger
is
than
where
he
he would
is.
be. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
So he kind of looks
'Cause,
his age here almost.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because Murdoch, I would say, is mid 30s. Mm-hmm. He's like Batman age, like Bruce Wayne, like 35, 36. I think that I bet he's like 33 for the Jesus metaphor. Luke Cage is like same way. I always feel like that's where they're at, like mid 30s for like the adult
Well, you
superheroes
get past
to 40s.
that, all of your joints aren't going to be working well.
Well, that's why, like, you can make Tony Stark can be 40s because, like, he doesn't have to do shit.
He doesn't
sits
give a
in the
shit.
suit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of them are all like, we're retired, we're done. There was red background for the Captain America scene here where Nick Fury, he's standing on the roof.
It's very American colored.
Yes, very red and blue. Nick comes in.
Even Nick
and-
Fury has like a red shirt on for some reason. Like
yes,
I know it's supposed
yeah,
to
he
just
has
be
this
like
red t-shirt on.
I think it's just the reflection, but at the same time it's so weird.
He comes to the roof and he asks Cap, "Is it getting harder?" And Cap says, "You're the infamous Nick Fury. You tell me." He can tell that Fury wants to ask him something, so he
Right.
goes, "Something's going on?" And Fury goes, "Something's going on." And Cap says, "How bad?" Yes, and then he does.
He does this
goes,
thing with his hands, being like
He does the hands where he's
kind of
like,
like here,
this
and then he goes,
small,
"That's
and
kind
he
of
goes,
here
"But
now."
big, yeah,
He
yeah,
widens
like it's
his
getting
hands.
worse. So Cap says, "All right, I'll assemble the event," and Fury goes, "Nope, no Avengers, no Shield." And Cap says, "What do you need then?" And they both just stare at each other for a panel, and he says, "Something secret." And we get a close up on Cap's face. This is why I think he's older, Rachel, because he's got the little crow's feet.
He does. He does have crow's feet. It's got worry lines. He's got worry lines all over his face.
Oh, Captain America would absolutely have worry lines.
He's just a wrinkly man.
Well, I mean,
Except for that
crow's feet
tuchus.
for worry lines.
You got that
Except for
Captain America
That is
tuchus.
America's ass.
That is
We then
America's
go
tuchus.
to we then go to Hell's Kitchen. Daredevil's flying around.
I am going to say it as much as I possibly can.
I know you are. You go for it. Daredevil's flying around. He saved some. I saved a woman's purse. They think I'm out of earshot, but I never. I always give him Batman voice because it just sounds.
Yeah, I
right,
feel like
feels
he
right.
would. Well, what else are you gonna do? High Weasley voice? You can't do that. You can't do nasal.
No, but he can't talk like Matt Murdock. Like I feel like he does the Batman.
well,
like
yeah,
he
there's
like changes his
Batman,
voice.
and then there's Matt Murdock, where he's just kind of gruff and low. I feel like he whispers all the time.
However,
That's kind of what I
however he
expect.
sounds in the show.
Yeah. I just kind of expect it to be like rough, low, and whispery, so it just sounds different than how you would normally talk.
I mean, I like Charlie Cox's depiction of him was pretty good. He did a little changing of the voice as Daredevil, but
yeah,
not
because
like
you
full,
have
not
to.
like
You
full
can't.
throat
I can't be
Batman.
like, "Here's my mask," but I'm going to talk like this. I gotta be like,
Yeah,
"Okay,
exactly.
I am Rachel.
I got talk like this.
I'm Agent R." You know, like you gotta kind of just change it up a little bit.
He goes into his office. His 2:00 is here to see him, a new client. And Matt smells the cigar stench permanently driven into the stitch of every inch of his clothes and the folds of his skin. He's gnashing his teeth together and probably doesn't even know it.
You know,
Nick Fury.
that is kind of a hindrance on him trying to be stealthy, because I can also smell that on people. So I feel
I thought
like
you were
if
going
you're
to say
trying
I
to
can
be...
look at a cell of Nick Fury and I can
can
looking at this
smell him.
comic panel right now and
Honestly,
I can
with
smell
that
it.
description, I can smell it. But I mean, think about it. Like, if you're not a smoker, you're going to be able to smell that smoker from a very far away. And especially if he's trying to be, like, stealthy and get into your house and cut out, you're going to be like, why does my house smell like a cigar? You're going to be like, Nick
I
Fury
think
was
it-
here. Like,
I think-
immediately. I'm going to know Nick Fury was
I
in my
think it's
house. I'm going
more
to smell
that-
cigars.
Peter doesn't smell the cigar. So I think it's more that Matt can smell the cigar. I don't know if it's...
I don't know.
I bet it's a little obvious.
I don't know.
I bet you're right. I bet there's like a...
The man just probably lights up all the time. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's that cigar smell. You're gonna notice.
And Disney, have some fucking guts and let Nick Fury smoke a cigar. Let
him at least put it in his mouth. He doesn't have to smoke it.
Yeah.
Could just
But
be
he
there.
should have a fucking cigar.
Someone could smack it out of his face. I don't care. At least let him have one.
The next page is Luke Cage, and he's got a blue-haired drug dealer lifted up in the air, and he's shouting, "What's my name?" And he's making the guy say Luke Cage, and he's like, "Motherfucker, say my name!" Yeah, he wants him to say
I've
Power
ever heard
Man.
Power Man before for Luke Cage.
Yeah, his nickname is the Power Man.
Okay.
They never had a.
It's a little
maybe
corny.
there's a comic called the Power Man.
I feel like there should be a
Luke
better word for him, better term.
Yeah,
it just feels
you
a
should
little
have something.
corny.
The
Like I know he
Unbreakable
says
Luke
Christmas,
Cage,
but
I don't know.
still.
Sweet Christmas. And Luke crushes the drugs, and Fury is behind him and says, "Always wondered, after a drug bust like that, what do you do with the money?"
I assume
He's
he
standing
donates it.
I assumed so too. I don't.
Yeah.
Luke is a hero for hire, not a drug smuggler for hire.
No, I feel like he would donate that, like he'd put it back into the community somehow.
He's a good man. Spider-Man is the next page. He needs to get home because the stunning and vivacious Mary Jane Watson Parker says
He wants
she's
to
waiting
spend
for
a
me
night
for
with
what
his
she
wife.
promised was going to be a night to remember. Yeah,
I'm
going
go home
to
and sleep with my wife. That's literally the energy I'm getting from this.
100%. He doesn't know what it means exactly, but it certainly sounds much better than being punched in the face by a man made out of sand.
No, he'll just get
or
punched
any
in
of the
the
other shit he
face
has
by
to deal
Mary
with.
Jane. That's what he likes.
Getting punched in the face by Mary Jane?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. Webs they're into some freaky shit.
She
Rachel.
can be rough
they
with
play in
him.
the web.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He makes
there's
like a
lot of
hammock.
weird
He makes
shit
like a
going
hammock
on.
out of the webbing.
You go into their
Tie 'em
bedroom
up.
after the deed is done. There's just string and shit hanging everywhere. It's bizarre.
Yeah. It almost looks like a dominatrix room. He makes like a swing out of it.
Oh,
Anyways.
I guarantee that. There is a comic panel at
Oh,
some
no!
point in the
Ew!
years where Mary Jane walks into the bedroom and is like, "Peter, where are you?" And he's like, "I'm up here." And he's on the ceiling and she's like, "Oh." And then he like whips her up and you just hear like, "Ooh."
He must have just been
so
butt-ass naked. His tuchus is out. Everything is out. Spider-Man's on the
it's
ceiling.
all out, baby. So he finally makes it home and he walks into the bedroom via the window, because of course he does. And he hears voices. There's someone in our apartment. Now I have to go back outside and up and around and put on my clothes and enter through the front door. And I know that voice. And he sees Nick Fury with
Talking to
MJ.
Are they just shooting the breeze?
I cannot imagine what the two
are
of
they
them are talking about.
Because he says he hears voices, which means they're actually speaking.
I'd love, instead of the interrogations at the end, it was just like a page of the conversation between MJ and fucking Nick Fury. And it's just the two of them sitting in utter silence.
Yes!
And then he's just like,
When is he
Nice
gonna get home? Oh yeah, thanks. Like he's like, oh, I like that art. Yeah, I got it at a flea market.
I got it at a thrift store.
Yeah, like-
and she's just like, you know,
Do
I
you
can
want
give
tea?
I can give Peter the message. And he's just like, no, I'll wait.
Do you want a drink? Some tea?
Nope.
Pop?
Nope, I don't want it. Nope, I'm fine. Thank you.
All right. Do I have to sit here?
No.
I mean, honestly, at that point, I'd be like, I'm just gonna go sit in the bedroom and wait for Peter to get back. I'm not.
So you're a
sitting here with
model,
this
huh?
man.
Yeah,
It's
like
gotta-
that had to be the conversation.
It has to be like the most awkward thing. Like, I can see Mary Jane just being kind of like, I don't want to do this, but she also is very good at
That's
just...
why she's so put off about the fact that he's
Yes!
there.
She's like, I gotta freaking talk to this man for like an hour. I gotta sit here with him.
So, have you seen any movies? Or no, I don't really watch any movies.
Yeah, we had gone to see the new.
The new Fantastic Four movie.
We went and saw the Fantastic Four movie. It was so-so.
It's kind of bad.
I don't
I'm
really
on-
like
I'm on
how
Broadway
they depicted
right now.
Doctor Doom.
I mean, the importance of being earnest. Didn't go see
that's
it.
true. Yeah.
Nobody did. Yeah.
He was
that's
kind
a
of
problem.
empty. Yeah.
So anyway, they're having this awkward conversation, and Pete realizes that Fury's there, and Fury turns and sees him, and I love that Peter's spider sense goes off.
Yes.
Because Fury
Because he's like
spotted
just
him.
staring at him. He's just staring. Like, he's not even trying to really hide. Like, he's like, oh my god, what's Fury doing here?
Spider-Man's build in this, Rachel, very lean, but
He is chiseled.
Yeah.
Like, chiseled.
Yeah.
It's weird. I feel like he should be softer for some reason.
It does seem a
Look,
little
like,
too
not
much.
full-on sweatpants Spider-Man, even though one of my favorite Spider-Mans is sweatpants Spider-Man. But
Of course.
he
Yeah,
just
but he's
feels
a little too chiseled.
sharp. Like, it just seems
Yes,
odd.
I agree. MJ's like, look who's here in our house. Peter, very upfront with Fury, though. He's like, I thought we had some kind of understanding here, Nick, that you weren't going to bust into my fucking house. And Fury's like, we did, but I'm cashing in a favor for that thing that time, which could probably mean a million things. I love the Spider-Man. The Spider-Man humor is pretty spot on in this, because Parker says, you want to borrow money? And Fury is like, no, what are you doing next week? And MJ is immediately like, I don't like this. Like, she realizes like it's going to be something bad.
Of course.
Peter tries to get MJ's help to
What
say
am I
like
doing
he can't
next
make
week?
it.
Yeah, like what are we
He's like,
doing
"What am
next
I doing
week?
next
You know,
week?"
we got stuff going on, right? Yeah, honey.
We're going
honey?
to the Poconos next week, I think, honey. And MJ even responds, nothing he wants you to. So he tells Peter that he's going on a trip. No costumes, no webs, just you, Peter Parker. You're going on a trip. And he says, where am I going? And that cuts up to Flight 456 to Latveria is in final boarding. Flight 456, final boarding. And of course, because
Peter
it's Peter,
is late.
is late.
He gets there right before they close the door, though, so good for him.
Yes. Could you imagine how pissed off Nick Fury would have been if he didn't make that flight?
I missed my flight.
He'd been like, God damn it, Peter. I should have
Okay.
just asked Rand. I should have just asked Danny Rand. Why did I
Truly.
bother with you?
Truly. Okay, so just for funsies, I asked ChatGPT to come up with what the conversation would have been between MJ and Nick Fury.
Excellent.
So would you like me to say it really quick and then we can keep going?
Please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
MJ opens the door and Nick Fury stands there in the shadows of the hallway. MJ, tense. You got some nerve showing up here, Fury. I wouldn't be if it wasn't serious. Is Parker home? Not yet. He's out. He steps inside without waiting for invitation. MJ watches him like she's sizing
Did you tell
up
them
a
it's
threat.
from Secret War?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I said
Because I assume that
in
they could just
2005
find that in
Secret
the
War
files.
comic, Nick Fury and MJ are having a conversation before Peter gets home. I'm trying to even imagine what that conversation could have been. Can you help? MJ watches him like she's sizing up a threat. MJ, I know who you are. I know what you do. And I know every time he talks to you, he comes back more broken than when he left. Fury. The world's on fire, Mrs. Parker. You don't put out fires with good intentions. He's not your soldier. No. But he's the only one who gets back up every damn time. I need him for something off the books. Something big. You think you could just walk in here and, I don't want him. I need him. There's a difference. I'll keep him alive. I give you my word. That and $5 gets me a coffee.
All right. I mean, I'll accept it. It's a little too accurate. I like our idea better of the two of them sitting there in
Can
awkward
you
silence.
make it more awkward? Can I help you? I'm looking for Peter Parker. I gathered that. Is he home? No.
I gather that.
More silence. Fury looks past her like he's checking corners. You want to come in and lurk ominously while you wait? Fury, already stepping inside. Thank you. He stands awkwardly in the middle of the living room, not sitting, not touching anything. MJ closes the door and watches him like he might explode. She folds her arms. So, S.H.I.E.L.D. makes house calls now? Not usually. This one's special circumstances. Uh-huh. Is Peter in trouble? That's a complicated question. That's not a reassuring answer. You like photography? What? Photos, cameras, that whole deal. That's Peter's. He's a photographer. You know that. Right, of course. Just trying to make conversation. Beat. Fury shifts uncomfortably. MJ stares. You're very bad at it. Yeah, well, I usually skip the meet the girlfriend step. Same. Usually the scary government guy waits until Peter's home. They both stand there in silence. Fury checks his watch. MJ sighs and sits on the armchair of the couch. Look, just tell me one thing. Are you about to ruin our lives again? I'm here to try and prevent something worse. Uh-huh. That's what people always say before the building explodes.
That's pretty good.
That one's better. I actually like this one better. That feels way better to me.
Yeah.
Where she's just
Plus
like,
they got the photography bit in.
yeah,
So
I
it's
liked
a riff
that.
on my
Oh, you like
photography.
photography?
Modeling or anything. Is
I'm an actress.
photos of you. So,
All right,
Peter,
sorry, I had to do it just because.
No.
It
Always
felt right.
Appreciate it when you can do a little riff there. Peter is excited to be in first class.
Of course,
So he
everybody
walks
would
into
be.
the
I would
plane.
want to be.
And this looks like a pretty nice first class flight too. He walks in and he's excited. And now, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, Fury. However, I get that you're trying to be secretive, but you still wanted these guys to have a little bit of like comfort to bond before they get there.
Yeah.
Captain America makes sense in first class as an ambassador of the United States.
Yeah. Matt
No one
Murdock,
else
I could
does.
see. Matt Murdock.
Maybe Murdoch.
Yeah.
Luke is not riding first class. Peter Parker isn't riding first
No.
class. Logan isn't riding first class.
No.
And all of these guys in first class together, especially Murdoch, Cap, and Logan, is a little suspicious.
It's very
isn't it?
suspicious. It's very suspicious. Also, if anybody knew
Like-
all of them were on one plane together, that's
Like, I feel like you
dangerous.
Well, I feel like Fury wiped any records away.
Oh, of
this
course.
flight.
Yeah, he like changed their
Like, that
names
was
and
part of
stuff.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Peter sees Matt. Matt, of course, smirking without even looking over is like Peter Parker. So Pete's like, "What are you doing here?" Matt's like, "I guess the same as what you're doing here." Is Luke Cage behind us?
He goes,
And Matt's like,
"Yep."
"Yeah." I love it because it really is like ground zero of these characters interact all the fucking time now. But,
Right.
like back then, it was like,
Why
"You're
are we
playing
all
with Matt
here
Murdock and
together?
Luke
This is
Cage?
odd. Right.
Is that Steve? Is that
Steve?
Steve?"
Logan, then the... he comes out of the
ahead.
bathroom drunk already.
I have a theory about this, Rachel. Go ahead.
He comes out of the bathroom
Yeah,
drunk
so-
already. I assume he doesn't like airplanes, which I think actually does come up in a couple of things. He doesn't like airplanes, so he's
I
trying
think
to
he's
get
not,
drunk.
He doesn't like flights.
He
Yeah,
does not
yeah,
like
so
flying. I think he was trying to just stay in the bathroom because it feels a little bit more comfortable just hiding from the
Yeah.
windows.
But he like he sexually harasses
Of
the
course.
steward.
Yes. Yes, he does.
And then he so he's like a little
he
bony
looks
for my
real
type.
creepy. Like real creepy.
He looks like a gremlin.
He looks like a gremlin. He's some like weird
like-
troll creature.
His hair is all like stringy, and he's got like the
Yes.
Wolverine teeth, like the saber.
He's got the Wolverine mutton chops and the weird teeth, and then he's got the weirdest looks on his faces, but he immediately smells Peter.
Yeah, I do love that. He's like, wait a minute, I know that smell. Hey, I know you.
Kid!
And he's like, no. And he's like, yeah, you're. And he's like, no. Just never seen you without your costume on before.
God damn
He's
it.
like, ah, Christ. And Peter's like, I've never seen you drunk before. And Logan goes, sure you have.
Which is a good line.
So Matt is like, how did you get on the plane? You have a metal skeleton. And Logan's like, you mean the plate in my head? I have a card.
Yeah, he like knocks
that.
on his head. I did like that.
The flight attendant asks Logan to sit down.
And he
he's like,
continues
you
to
know what? If
sexually
you just want to make
harass
out
her.
with me so bad,
Yeah.
toots.
And
Calls
that's
him
when
toots.
Cap is like, you know what? Knock it the fuck off. This is not okay.
Calls him soldier.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Cap wouldn't say that language.
Yeah.
Cap said, sit down, knock it off.
Yes. Which, like, Cap and Logan go way back. They fought with each other in World War II. Although I don't know if at this point Logan remembers that, but Cap would.
Sure. But that's why he calls him soldier.
That's true.
Yeah, because why
So,
else would he call him soldier? He's not
yeah,
gonna call
you know
just
what? You're
anybody
right. Because
soldier.
he'd be giving away what they're up to if he called him soldier for the mission. So, yeah,
Right.
you're right. He calls him soldier because he remembers him from the Canadian Army. Got it. Thank you, Rachel.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
making that stand
You're
up.
welcome.
The flight attendant thanks Captain, and he sits back down. He's reading a Nat Geo. Did you notice that, Rachel? He's reading a National Geographic,
I did notice that, yes.
which makes a lot of sense. I could 1,000% see Steve Rogers reading a National Geographic on a plane.
Absolutely.
Wolverine falls asleep, and then Daisy Johnson, who we don't know yet, is blowing some bubble gum, playing on her Game Boy or something, because it's not probably a cell phone yet. I was wondering, and I wondered this the first time I read it, because this time I think he might actually be drunk. I thought it's very difficult for Logan to get drunk.
He has to drink a load of stuff for it to actually work.
So do you think he's really drunk, or do you think he's playing it up to try to figure it out, try to figure out what's going on?
I think he's tipsy and also playing it up because he's also just nervous for the flight and he doesn't want to show it.
The flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's less so of trying to feel everything out. I think it's more he's just nervous, so he's just fidgety and gets really, like, weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that depiction of it. We've seen, like, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, one of the worst movies of all time. I know that they play with, like, the Wolverine's afraid of flying.
Right.
But I think that there's other media where he's not...
Even in, like, X2, I think, or, like, X1, when they're in the fighter jet, he kind of, like, hangs on, like, he's like, I'm not a big fan of, like, this.
Yeah. He says he doesn't like flying, yeah. The next page is a full shot establishing Latveria. You see Castle Doom on top of some mountain. And you can see that it is still not exactly the most freewheeling nation, as a soldier is standing there with like an AK. There's some lady
picking
in her
apples.
looking outfit, picking up apples and stuff. So you get a picture of the place.
It doesn't feel very welcoming. I think that's the way I would put it.
An ambassador greets Steve. So, like, that's the cover for Rogers being there, is that he's, like, there to promote something between the U.S. and Latveria.
Right. He looks like a very tiny man next to Steve, too. He's a very tiny man.
Yes, he looks very, very small. Yes, that's true. The rest of them are all like, what are we supposed to do now? I like that Peter's like, what do they speak here? And Matt's like, Latverian. Do you speak it? No. Do you know what we're supposed to do now?
No.
You don't?
Oh my God, you've asked me this the
entire
flight.
Yeah, I like that. And Peter would be asking Matt the entire time, too.
Are you
like,
sure you don't know what's going on? Do you think he knows what's going on? Do you think the stewardess knew what's going on? Do you...
Yeah, like halfway through the flight attendant was like, Mr. Rogers, would you like a in-flight movie? And Steve's like, I don't usually watch movies on flights, considering I'm from the 40s.
Would you
and she's
consider
like, well,
one from Latveria?
Yeah.
And then
Maybe
Peter's
you'd
like,
be interested
are we in Mission Impossible?
Oh my God, it's Mission Impossible.
It's Mission
rules
Impossible.
Now. It's Mission Impossible rules. Are we the ones that are going to die? I don't want to die. Luke gets a good line where he says, I think I just raised the black population in this country by 150%.
It's great.
Because that's how black Luke Cage is.
And that's how white that place is.
Yeah, both, yes. And then before they even run into her, Matt just goes, oh no. And then Natasha comes out and is like, hello, Matthew. Because, of course, you could smell her.
Right.
Rachel, I don't remember if you would remember the history between Matt and Nat in the comics. They fooled around a little bit.
I assumed there was some fooling around.
Time.
Everybody's fooled around with everybody in the comic books, so it's kind of like you just kind of assume that they must have slept together at some point in time.
As we've said, these characters are sucking and fucking each other all over the place.
Constant.
And Matt and Nat are no exception.
So is that why?
Supposedly.
Is that all that is?
Huh?
Is that all it is? There isn't any other background. It's just because they're feeling he's feeling a little awkward that he's like, oh, I slept with you.
I feel like he's just like, ah, crap, here comes trouble. Because it's like, it's Nat.
Well, she's
like,
also
I think...
a manonizer. What is the woman's term when they are also a woman? Like, she's not a womanizer. There's not like a manonizer. You can't say manonizer. That's a weird way to say things. Because she kind of is, because she just doesn't care most of the time. It's just kind of for her pleasure.
I think she loved Bucky. I think that those two were...
Oh, that would have been a nice... Why didn't they do that? They could have done that.
Oh,
I guess because they went with her with Hulk, which also was kind of cute.
A man-eater.
Oh, a man-eater. You know, I'm okay with that. So she's kind of a man-eater.
Yeah,
she is a femme fatale, but I feel like less femme fatale and more man-eater because she's...
I think that's also what a Black Widow refers to if you're talking about like a spy.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, let's just go with her actual name. She's a Black Widow. All right.
Matt asks what she's doing there, and she says, supposedly stifling my femininity, so I blend in with this repressed
Yeah, and then the
culture.
way she's standing, you're not suppressing shit.
But I can't help it if I make even a burqa look good. So she's having fun.
Do you think that...
As she does.
Okay, I'm cutting this out, or if you're going to do this one, you have to cut this out. But, like, this outfit, I feel like you can see your nipples.
This is all staying in. You can hardly even see them nipples. No, I think it's the lighting. I see what you're saying. I see it, but I think it's a... No, I know. I'm looking at it, too. I think it's just supposed to be the shadow.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if
I feel like
the
they
intention.
did it on purpose. I feel like that was the intention. I feel like that was totally the intention there. This isn't as bad as you thinking that the other one was naked. This one, I'm just saying. I mean, it is Black Widow. She's sexy.
It's close. Showing off her curves in the burqa.
Yeah. She's sexy as hell. It just happens. She can't help herself.
She asks Peter, "Who are you?" And Peter says, "Who are you?" And Matt says, "That's Natasha Romanoff. You know her as..." And he goes, "Yeah, I know. It's Black Widow. I'm just trying desperately to keep my secret identity from someone." And he's like, and eventually she's like, "I know that voice." And he's like, "God damn it." Because
well, because here's the problem with Peter. He does not change his voice.
No,
he does not change
it's just
anything.
a little muffled because behind the man.
Yeah.
But other than that, he doesn't change it at all.
No.
I do like when Luke goes, "Hey, girl," and she goes, "Hey, Luke," whatever that's implying.
Oh, come on. If they haven't, they want to.
There was
come
only one Y
on,
in
it's
both of
Luke
those hays.
Cage.
There was only one Y in both of those hays. That's all I'm saying. Could be platonic. Like Captain America and
Maybe
Black Widow
just
are platonic.
friends.
Hawkeye and Black Widow are platonic for the most part. Maybe in the comics they float
there's
around.
something.
I can't remember.
You know there's something there. Sometimes it feels like there could be more with those two.
Between Hawkeye and Black Widow?
Yeah. But between her and Luke Cage, they know each other's sexy. So they're just like, hey.
Yeah, you know what's up. She's taking them where they're supposed to go, and Wolverine's like, "Hey, Punky Brewster, take a walk that way." To like the teenage girl that was in first class with them, and she's like, "I'm with the group."
I'm with you.
And they're like, "The fuck are you?" So Rachel, do you want to describe Daisy Johnson for us before we even get into it? Because she's the one character I could see where people would be completely foreign to who Daisy Johnson is,
well,
even though she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think.
To describe her, she looks like Angelina Jolie with a black pixie cut, and she pops bubblegum.
Interesting.
I'm sorry.
That's an interesting description.
I'm sorry. Do you not see it in that freaking panel? She looks like
I thought she looked more like Demi Moore from Ghost.
Really? It's those lips, though. She's got Angelina Jolie lips. And those eyes. And her eyes. I just feel like she's got that look. But I could kind of see the Demi Moore, but I feel like Demi Moore is a little softer.
All right. No, I guess that's fair.
The second I saw this face, I went Angelina Jolie. Anyways, she's got a black pixie.
Similar idea.
She doesn't look like a teenager.
She's played by Chloe Bennett in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but they kind of retconned that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
She looks different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, but it's very different.
I think this is her as Daisy.
Okay, that's better. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not too bad.
They didn't want to give her the full pixie with like the.
She
weird,
probably was like, "I don't need to do the whole pixie." Thanks.
I like the short hair; it looks cute, but
she's supposed to be like a teenager. She's like 19.
Yeah, I don't know. She looks like she's at least late 20s. But I mean,
all that S.H.I.E.L.D. training.
It's just aged her. But yeah, I think you're right. I think she is supposed to look more like a punk teenager. She just kind of wears like that. Like
she's
a
all
jacket
mall baby. Does a mall baby like chili fries? She's hanging out with Jubilee and some other.
I could see her hanging out with Jubilee and Kitty Pryde.
Rachel was trying to think of another teenage.
I was.
She is a mutant. She's sort of a mutant. Oh, she'd be telling Bobby off. She wouldn't have any fucking time for Bobby.
That's true. That's true.
So they're hanging out at a pub in the middle of like this like old-timey Latvian town.
Like the back room of a pub.
Widow is making sure the room is clean. Peter, not what my aunt would say. Come on.
He's constantly trying to lighten the mood.
I wanted one of them to be like, "You're even worse without the fucking costume."
It's so true. Because he feels more awkward right now. Because he's just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my hands. So he just keeps talking.
What do I do with these hands? I just don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. he lets in this barmaid who comes in with like food and beers and stuff, and she's like, "Drink, please. You are my guest." Actually, what happens is the
skin melts off, and it's
this like total recall effect.
It's creepy.
Fury emerges, so he was disguised as the barmaid.
Again,
using
looking very evil.
Mission Impossible. Yes, he does. Because there's like green smoke coming out from behind him.
It's purple and green in that one. It almost looks very evil. Those are evil colors. If Disney has taught me anything, those are evil colors.
Ursula, Green Goblin.
Maleficent.
Yeah. And Peter goes, ew, when this happens.
Fair.
Peter is like, we were all on the same plane. Isn't this a little glaring? And Nick says, you're a teacher, a lawyer, a kid on spring break, a bodyguard, and whatever Logan is. And Captain America. it's like Nick didn't think of that through.
He goes, well, then Cap is always just Cap. What is Cap going to be otherwise? Like,
yeah, he can't be anything else.
He's just a soldier.
He's like, there are 132 other people on that plane, and only I would be looking that carefully at it. And it's like, yeah, but you put them all in first class.
So it's very obvious now. I almost thought in one of those other, like the other panels, there was like two old guys just talking to each other because they're trying to be like, no, there's more people in first class. I was like, are they in on it? Are they agents too? Like he just put everybody in first class?
I figured they were agents too. Yeah, just to kind of throw it off. The background, everything is shaded in red in this scene as well. They have proof that dozens, if not all, the technologically based themed criminals working in the United States are being funded by the Latvian government. And he brings out like a little helipad thing, shows that these like different villains.
Holograph? You said helipad, like it was like for a helicopter.
Oh, I meant hologram.
Hollow something?
Whatever, Russ, whatever. Everyone knew what I meant.
Well, someone's questioning it. I did.
So I'm glad that we derailed that. Folks at home, I hope you're happy that Rachel derailed the whole damn podcast to correct me. You're welcome, folks.
You know, whatever.
No, you have to. You have to, because somebody would have called me a fucking fraud because I said the wrong word. Peter's like, are we just going to go in there and just beat everybody up then? And he says, no, we're going to overthrow the government. If you're reading this digitally, I bet the effect is very good. It's just a completely different page if you're reading it through the trade paperback or the comic itself, because Fury is looking down and a little forlorn, and the blue hologram color is on his face.
Yes.
And then the next panel is the red of the hospital, and he's in the exact same position, and it's the
he's
today
back
again.
Luke.
But the door flies open, and it's Captain America, and he says, "It's true."
And he's
here.
pissed.
You are. I told you this would happen. Okay, I gotta ask you what the hell he did. Did he backhand Nick?
Oh yeah. He
gave one of these.
He
slapped
him.
Backhand slap.
Damn straight.
Because that's what it looks like based on how Nick Fury like fell back. I don't know if I'd want to take a slap from Captain America.
I really wouldn't.
So he's pissed off at Nick and he goes, damn you for what you did to us. And that's how issue 2 ends.
Cliffhanger.
SHIELD files in this are all about our different operatives. So it gives the background on all of the heroes that are there, their enemies, their powers, their height, their weight, all of this stuff. And then a little Nick Fury note. So I'm going to read to you the Nick Fury notes for each one, Rachel.
I'll take it.
Here's Luke Cage. Cage will take money from anyone on the planet except me for services rendered, but he has an intense sense of patriotism and duty that can easily be manipulated, but only for the right kind of mission. He has a tendency to do interviews.
Nick's kind of a dick, I think.
You think?
Just a little.
Here's Matt Murdock. Murdock straddles the line between enforcing the law and upholding justice. Perfect for certain types of covert ops. Black Widow has him wrapped around her finger. Important to note for the future.
Wow. All right.
Here's Spidey. Parker feeds off a staggering guilt that propels him to basically do anything you tell him he has to do.
Oh my god. It's so mean. It's true, but it's so mean.
The public perception of him is a big negative. Keep a distance unless absolutely necessary. He was going to try to keep Peter out of it.
Right.
Steve. Cap is the most and least efficient agent. His public persona has become a large problem for stealth work, but for certain types of missions, it's the perfect decoy. His patriotism is skewed and out of date. He rarely deals with his anger issues. That's one of the things that I felt...
He really should be, like, going to a psychiatrist. If he's not, this man needs a therapist.
Therapist, yeah.
He does.
Yeah, just for venting, I feel. Because I feel like he thinks it's not appropriate to vent. And I feel like he never does.
I know. The man is from way back when that's like a big taboo subject. Look, sir, I know you're out of time, but now is the time to talk to your therapist, okay?
Yeah. He just needs a little therapy. Captain America would rather overthrow the Latvian government than go to therapy.
And that's the problem. All right?
That's the problem.
That's a problem. Yeah. Talk about your feelings. It's okay.
I do think that they could have made that a bigger thing in the comics or in the movies, rather. Mm-hmm. Because in the comics, it's not that Captain America doesn't have flaws. He is flawed because he has this Napoleon complex from when he was a shrimpy little kid or a shrimpy guy like me. He still carries that around with him. He still has like a chip on his shoulder.
He does.
Because he thinks like he doesn't really deserve this power or anything like that. So he like always walks around kind of pissed off. And I feel like they didn't always do that right in the movies. Like a little bit because like Tony would like antagonize him and shit.
Mm-hmm. And you could tell that there was just something brooding behind those eyes. Yeah, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more.
Cap's always a little sad.
Yeah, he's always a little sad. It's a little sad. I mean, they did at least...
sad Captain America. Oh, are you sad, Steve?
Yeah.
You little sad boy.
I guess they didn't want to make it too depressing, like, all the time with Cap, because, like, they did...
He gets a happy ending in the movie.
Oh, sure. Oh, I'm just saying, a lot of the characters are really depressed. You know, a lot of them are dealing with a lot of traumatic things. Even, like, the Hulk was even saying, like, I tried to kill myself. You know?
Right, that's true.
Like, that's a heavy thing.
The pathos of superheroes are always, since Stan Lee, is like, these people hate themselves. They, like, all sad. Fucking hate themselves. Except for, with, like, minor exceptions, like Tony and no,
he still,
others.
I think, he has a complex.
Nah, he still does kind of hate himself. Yeah, you're right. Like, there's very few that don't hate themselves. Here's Logan. Logan is my secret weapon. He owes me his life 5 times over. His entire persona makes for the perfect, ruthless stealth agent. I want you to remember this next line, Rachel, for future episodes of Shelf Life.
Okay.
In a perfect world, he would be a level 10 shield agent. You know what I'm referring to.
I think I do.
Folks at home might not.
I think I do. Never mind. I was going to say something, but never mind.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah. Okay, so he says that, like, he owes me his life 5 times over. It's frickin' Logan. He doesn't give a shit that he owes you his life. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
I feel like Wolverine would work with Fury because out of a sense of protection of his people.
Sure.
Like,
yes,
as
his
long,
own people.
Like,
if they were still
later on in this book, Wolverine even says to Fury, like, I would have done it if you just asked me. I would have done it. And Fury's like, I know you would have, but I couldn't let anybody else get in your head. That's I think what pisses off Wolverine more than anything. He's like, I would have done this with you. You didn't have to be secretive.
And then he messed with his head too, and that's a big no-no for Logan.
That just pissed him off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Nat, classified.
Figures. Always with Natasha. Every time.
All we learn is that she is 5'6", 125 pounds. I wish that we got her measurements in there as well, but we did. There is even a little beat here.
42,
a bunch
24,
of stuff.
42.
Say what?
42, 24, 42. Anyways.
So there's some interrogation between Daisy and Nick Fury. Daisy got busted for stealing CDs when she was 17, and Nick Fury is doing the interrogation. And she says her name, and she's like, Daisy Johnson. And she's like, that's not my name. My name is Corey. And she's like, no, your name's Daisy. And she says, you look familiar. And he goes, I'm Nick Fury. And she goes, no shit. Watch your mouth, young lady. And he has to tell her that she caused a tremor with her head. Her body lost control. She caused a 3.2 earthquake on the Richter scale. And she keeps getting more and more upset because he explains to her, your dad was and is a bit of a whack job. Your real dad. Mm-hmm. Born to, like, a prostitute, and, like, Mr. Hyde, who is a villain in the Marvel universe, who experiments on himself to, like, make himself, like, super strong, and he becomes Dr. Jekyll. There you go. Mm-hmm. And then she was adopted. So he says, your dad was and is a bit of a whack job. He's a pretty good scientist, but his whole theory of life was based on the idea that a book on the book Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde being true, and he wanted to prove it. So he added some sort of chemical process and her hormone therapy, blah, 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 blah. Became a criminal, and she's like, stop it, stop it. Your adoptive parents don't know anything, but when you were born, we tagged you as a possible caterpillar. She's like, what the fuck is a caterpillar?
Like, you're gonna change.
And they're like, because of all the hormones that were in your body, you might spark some sort of...
And lo and behold, you did. It's not quite a mutant, but it is a mutation of some sort of an evolutionary thing.
Yeah.
Of evolving.
Daisy says, my dad's a freak, so he had a freak baby. And he says, no, you were a caterpillar, but now, she goes, I'm a butterfly. And she's like, I'm a mutant.
Beautiful butterfly.
I am a beautiful butterfly.
Thank you. What a weird reference.
So Nick offers her training, offers her, like, you're going to get to, we can take care of you, and we'll give you a salary, and you'll be able to, like, train and do all of this stuff. And she's like, well, it's this or the fucking X-Mansion, I guess. So she decides to join on board. And she's like, what's the catch? And he says, the catch, you basically do whatever I say for the rest of your life. I'll let you keep the CDs. I like that.
That's funny. So here's the thing. So I didn't get that, right?
Right.
So with this reread, I didn't have that information. I kind of wish I did, but also I know it's supposed to be like a big reveal later, but it would have been kind of nice to have that somewhere, even if it's at the end, so we kind of understand that there was something between them, because you don't get that relationship at all otherwise.
I agree, and I think it probably there's a book after this called Secret Warriors, where it's Nick with Daisy and like some of his like rogue S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that do their own thing. I wonder if you get more of it in that because of the fact that like all that, it's just, this was just like special, the Fury files, and I don't even know if it was a book or if it was just like supplementary material that you could get at a comic shop or whatever. That's kind of how they portrayed it. But I agree with you. I think that this would have been good to have at some point in the actual book to help you understand what she is.
Right.
Because otherwise you don't
understand a little
really
bit more motivation or understand who the
Yeah.
character is. Yes.
I get it too, like you're saying. They're trying to keep that under wraps to make that like the big reveal at the end when she pops Lucia.
Spoiler alert.
Book number 3!
Book number 3 has Captain America on the cover. It's, again, just nice and simple. Different characters in their little boxes. And then Captain America in fighting stance. Brightly colored.
Yeah, I like the way that he's drawn in this. Mm-hmm. A very nice blue.
Very shiny.
On Cap. The issue begins, this one, the first page is a 2-page spread of our heroes that have gathered battling. It is clearly from Spider-Man's perspective because he's doing the little thwip thing at the bottom of the screen, so we're getting it from Spidey's perspective.
It's Doc Ock
like
on top, too. Yeah, it's like a fuchsia purpley color.
Yeah, and he can see all of the stuff. So, like, Matt and
the
Black
green
Widow
pops
are fighting
too.
in one corner. Mm-hmm. The green pops as well. Well, because it's Spider-Man. He only sees in green and purple. And
everything
Luke
looks
Cage
like a
is
Kree.
fighting, Cap is fighting. It's a really, really detailed 2-page spread of them fighting.
Yes.
And we get a little panel of Peter's eyes, and he's just kind of like staring off into space. And then we get another panel of the battle, and then Peter again, except this time MJ is as saying Peter. And then another panel of them fighting, and then MJ going, Earth to Peter. And he's like, oh, sorry, MJ. What's if you ever have a dream while you're, I don't know, like awake?
A daydream?
And he like doesn't think it's a daydream.
Because it looks more like a vision.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like having a flashback.
And he looks like perturbed, and she like picks up on it, so she blows him a kiss and says, "Happy anniversary." Oh, our cute little spider couple, Rachel.
Aww.
Don't you just love MJ and Peter?
Yeah, I do.
I've got no problem with MJ and
I
Peter.
don't.
I like them as a couple.
I do.
I like them.
Yeah. We get Mayday out of it, so.
We do get Mayday out of it.
She's
my
adorable.
favorite, Rachel can attest, my favorite Peter Parker relationship ever. Mm-hmm. Rachel knows what I'm going to say.
I do.
Is Liz Allen.
Is Liz
Allen.
Him
and Liz Allen in Spectacular
who's
Spider-Man.
gonna say that? Who's gonna say Liz Allen? Except for Kevin.
Yeah, I might be alone on that island. I I felt really bad for Liz.
Liz,
if you're out
it's
there,
true though. It's true.
I will not abandon you like fucking Peter did. Spoiler alert. Asshole. I like the fact, this is a completely different tangent, but I like that Gwen has become her own character in her own world with her own dreams and thoughts. We don't have to keep harping on Gwen fucking Stacy with Peter. I think it's fine for MJ to be his soulmate.
His main gal? I don't. Yeah, his soulmate
his
is
best
fine.
gal, as Captain America would say. But Liz Allen and him were really cute, and it broke my heart when he broke up with her. And I was like, Liz did nothing wrong. She didn't deserve this. She deserved better. Peter. We get another image of the battle here. This time, like, Fury's got guns and is, like, mowing people down. It's a zoomed-in face of Fury, again, looking crazed.
Oh, my God,
Extremely detailed. You see every individual tooth.
The spittle?
On the mouth this time. There's
teeth?
spittle. It's nuts how detailed some of these panels are. Peter sits up in bed, waking from a nightmare.
Yes. Like, almost having a heart
MJ doesn't
attack.
wake up.
No. I'm surprised.
Does this just mean that he just have nightmares all the time?
I have a feeling he does
And
have nightmares a lot, and she does get used to it. But at the same time, I can't tell if he like actually goes ah, or if he's like ah, like he's trying to hold it in.
It's just a
like he's breathing
like
in.
One of those.
Yeah, like.
He looks at the Spider-Man outfit. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna put it on. He's gonna go out.
Well, yeah, he's got to go swing. If he goes swing and like kind of like it's
taking
a walk. He's taking a walk.
Yeah, he's taking a walk. I'd love to be able to swing around.
That'd be great.
The Spider-Man games, no matter who we're playing with, I was the designated swinger.
Typically,
I am the best. I could swing the best.
Yeah.
Don't take that out of context. Internet.
Kevin is the designated swinger.
Damn right I am.
No pineapples
this
included.
Is Simpson. Is that what?
It's like an upside down pineapple. I think it does. Like it tells that you're a swinger or something, isn't it? Isn't that what the upside down pineapple means? Or something with a pineapple? I don't know.
I'll take your word for it.
I thought that was for swingers. It's one of those things where you're like, I got to avoid that just to make sure.
Just to make sure that, you don't give the wrong impression.
You're just a web slinger.
I'm a web swinger.
There we go.
Web slinger. That sounds bad, too.
Yeah, I don't like any of that.
Back at the hospital, Cap is furious, and he's shaking Nick Fury, going, I told you, you son of a bitch! Nick's like, outside, damn it. So then Cap nerfs Jessica, because he goes,
baby,
Jessica, are you okay?
You're
pregnant. Is the baby okay?
And she's like, yeah.
I get it. I get that that's a concern.
Of
but
course.
You're Jessica Jones.
But it's Jessica Jones.
Like, yeah, I'm fine, Cap. What the fuck is going on?
The fucking baby's probably punching and kicking in the womb, like, already, like, about to fight somebody because of the parents. Think about
at this point,
it's
I think
Luke
she's
Cage
only, like...
and Jessica Jones.
She's first trimester
That's
at this
fine,
point.
but I'm just saying, the kid is already about to just, like, is ready to beat somebody up as a child, all right?
Yeah.
She's
little
fine.
Danny Cage.
The damn thing is probably bulletproof at this point. The sperm was probably bulletproof. I don't know.
Have they? Now that would have been a scene. I don't know if they've revealed if Danny has any powers yet or not. I'm very, very behind on my comics. I'm not sure.
Is he Danny Jones Cage? Danny Cage Jones?
She is Danny Cage. I think she's just Danny Cage.
Did I say he
Danielle
or she?
Cage.
I just said is Danny.
I thought you said he. But yeah,
I said
it's a
Danny
girl, Danielle
Cage Jones or Danny Jones Cage.
She's named after Iron Fist.
I just feel like there'd be a hyphen in it.
But you're right. I don't know. Maybe there is or not. We'll find out as we continue. He leaves, and Iron Fist is like, what is going on? And Jessica goes, I'm calling my lawyer. This is the point, Rachel, where I think you're right. She would have called Matt.
Yes.
She would have also said, stay with Luke. I'm going to follow them.
I'm going to figure out what's going on.
And I think that would have made this book better if she was following them.
I really do. I agree. Also, I looked it up.
Excellent.
Apparently, she becomes Captain America.
Yeah, there is a future where she becomes Captain America.
But does she have powers? The answer is she has both of their powers.
Excellent.
She has her father's unbreakable skin and her mother's superhuman strength.
There you go.
So she's Superman.
Is it Danny Cage?
Danielle
Cage.
Hyphen?
Okay.
It doesn't say. It doesn't look like there's a hyphen.
She doesn't have.
I feel like Jessica Jones would have wanted to have her name on that. It would have been Danielle Cage Jones. Just saying.
Oh, she would have, yeah.
Or Jones
I
Cage.
don't disagree.
There would have been a
I don't
hyphen.
disagree.
Oh, wait. It is.
Oh,
It's
is
his
it really?
name. Danielle Danny Cage Jones. Hyphen it.
Oh, with the Jones as the
It
last
says. That's
name.
what it says. Now, it just shows, like, Danielle Cage everywhere else, but right here it says Danielle Danny Cage Jones. Also, I like Baby Cage. Little Baby Cage.
Baby Cage. Baby Cage. We'll see Baby Cage in future installments of Shelf Life. Matt is out and about as Daredevil, because of course he is, and he goes, paranoid. I know it's Peter Parker. I can smell it in him. Kind of letting him follow him. This is where we get some backstory about Daredevil a little bit. He says that they know each other. They know who each other is. You confided in each other, the most dangerous secret. And here he is, 2 blocks away in my house. He goes, Peter, and Peter is already
Drinking
in his
milk.
fridge drinking his milk.
From the carton! Sir, that is rude. You can do that with your
Peter's
own
like,
milk, but you don't do
I'm
that with a
thirsty.
friend's milk. Then get a glass.
Like, get a glass.
Where were you raised? In a barn?
Well-
Look, no, Aunt May would be very upset. Aunt May would be like,
She
are
would've
you
been upset.
serious? You get a glass.
Peter, get a glass. Or whatever
Especially
Marissa Tomei
old.
sounds like.
Yes. Old Aunt May would definitely be saying it.
Peter, get a glass. What's the fuck's the matter with
Yes,
you? That was
young
Marissa
Aunt May
Tomei
would be
from,
smacking him in the back of the head, going, get a
Yeah,
glass, you
100%.
idiot.
Stealing milk in Hell's Kitchen. That's courage. I was thirsty. So he asks if he's been seeing anything, like images in his head. And Matt's like, what the fuck do you think? I'm blind. The redheaded Black Widow chick. The hot one.
Is there
Apparently,
another one?
Peter does not find Yelena very attractive. At this point,
It's
Yelena
mean.
Bolova
It's mean,
is
Peter.
around. Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean,
She's
we're
a
being fair.
bombshell.
We're being fair.
All right, she is a bombshell.
Black Widow
Yes,
versus
Black
Yelena.
Widow. Yes, Black Widow.
Yeah.
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 She holds
Like
herself that
Florence-
way too.
I like Florence Pugh, but
She's adorable.
Come
That's
on.
like the way I have to describe her. She's like adorable.
she's like a stump. She's like 4'10". She's like nothing.
Anyways. But she's got an adorable face. I think she's got an adorable face.
She's got a cute face.
But she is
yes, and she's
built.
very good at the Russian accent, which Scarlett Johansson apparently could not do.
She just
so
didn't even
they were like,
bother.
don't fucking bother.
Just don't do it.
So Peter is like, none of this happened. I've never been to Latveria. I don't understand what's going on. What's going on? Are you having any flashes of memories? And he just kind of stares at him, or just stares off into space because he's blind.
But he could still have memories, even if it's sound or if it's like flashes. He sees
sounds and stuff, flashes of
Yeah.
sound, or his sense of
his
like
weird vision,
the shapes
his
and
bat
shit that he
vision.
can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of wondered if he was holding out, and he was actually having
He
some. and he's
does.
just-
You're right. And he's just like, but I don't know if it's real.
He's like, maybe it was just a nightmare. And he's like, well, I have nightmares all the time. Venom nightmares, Carnage nightmares, Clone nightmares, Spider-Mobile nightmares. This isn't a nightmare.
You know, I am kind of surprised. And maybe it's only because they do it later. But I am kind of surprised only Peter is the one that has this, and it's not also Logan.
Or any of the rest of them.
Right.
Why was it Peter?
Why was it Peter?
And-
And it's only his weird spider sense thing? Like,
Maybe
why?
it's just the spider sense.
Yeah.
I can't recall if you find out in the files or anything later on if there's a reason why it was just Peter, but it just happens to be Peter. Bendis uses Peter a lot because he's like the everyman
Right.
to be your eyes at different points in his stories. So
Sure.
I think that happens. I feel like I think the Marvel Universe is about to do that with Secret Wars.
Right.
I wouldn't doubt if Peter is your eyes in that.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's a fair challenge.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's just that
Why
I
didn't
know
any
what
of the others
happens with
have it?
like, well, I guess because he asks for his memories back, so he doesn't really lose anything. That's why it happens next for Logan. I just it just felt kind of odd because I was just like, only him.
Yeah.
Like somebody else
why-
would have that. You know, I just feel like
guess you
somebody.
can chalk it
but
up.
I guess
Yeah,
it's just the
you
Spidey
can chalk
sense.
it up to spider sense.
Yeah.
And he has a message on his answering machine, which is hilarious because it's 2005. So like nowadays he would just answer his cell phone, or he
Right.
would wait to get back to the apartment and look at his voicemail,
Mm-hmm.
which would just be a text message probably.
No, she probably would have
Peter's like,
called
you-
still.
You got a message.
You know, when
Oh,
it's
yeah, she would've
important,
called.
you call. If it's
That's
like
right.
if it's I gotta talk
That's
to you
why
about
you would
Luke
answer,
Cage
because
in a
you'd be like,
coma.
somebody's calling me?
Exactly.
So she gives him the whole story, and she asks Matt to come down. We need help. And she's babbling. She hasn't slept, and she's like, okay. Peter and Matt are like, okay, well, we'll go. Like, Pete is like, can I tag along? And he's like, yeah, of course. And Pete's like, that's weird, because he was in my dream too, and I don't even really know him. But at the same time, Matt's like, wait, shut up.
And then he doesn't
for 1
shut
second.
up. And then he doesn't.
He doesn't shut up. And he's like, just shut up. Yeah, like, I mean, it's
I am relying
cute.
on my hearing. Shut up, Peter.
Yes. Yeah, Peter
We
will not
cannot
shut
work
up.
together because you are the worst.
There's an explosion, and then there's a series of explosions that they fly away from. He's like, please shut up. And Peter is like, there's 2 of them. And Matt's like, I know there are. I'm trying to fucking figure out who it is. It's Diamondback and the Scorcher. Mm-hmm. These wonderful aliens. Diamondback has actually come back and comes up more often.
Okay.
She's in a few different stories in this time period. I think she's in the Thunderbolts at some point in this era of Marvel.
Oh, interesting.
Scorcher, I can't say if he ever does. They're talking to each other, the villains are. Diamondback is in this, like, metal armor suit. I can't tell if she has, like, things that she throws at them, I think. And then Scorcher has, like, fireballs.
Okay.
Right? Like, that's kind of how I would
Yeah,
describe
he kind
them.
of creates fireballs and throws those.
So they're talking about how that there were 2 heroes, and they thought they saw Spider-Man. And they were like, yeah, but we were just here for Murdoch. And they're like, well, if we get another one. Rachel, this next panel, I've got to ask you.
Okay.
The hell is this billboard?
Yeah, I was
There's
looking
like
at
a
the same
real-life
thing because it looks
billboard.
real. Yeah.
Is it Marissa Tomei?
Oh my god, it kind of does look like her. What is she selling?
Self-something.
Narration.
Self-narration.
Self-narration.
I don't know what that...
And then there's like a weird...
It looks like a lipstick.
I don't know if I would call that lipstick. Because it's
Or
got like
eyeliner?
a button on... No. I don't know what that is.
Maybe it's just a completely fake ad. I don't know. Folks at home, if you know what this ad is, let us know.
It
if
looks...
it is anything.
It's some weird product. It's got like a button on the side. It almost looks like a spray or deodorant or something, but then it's got that weird button on the side. I don't even know if it is a button. Maybe it's just a spot. I don't know what this is. It's so odd. It was so out of place. It completely took me out of it. And I went, why is there just a real picture of a woman in this this comic book?
It's very odd. It's one of those where it's like we're drawing so authentically we can throw in like this real ad, but it's so strange. It sticks out a lot. Okay, so Diamondback and Scorcher are trying to attack them, and Peter goes, that one guy is Scorcher. I fought him a bunch. And then he like turns and he's like, and you left me alone. It's because Matt already is like getting into position to fight. So they start fighting, the 2 of them. Matt's like taking them down. He kicks Scorcher and everything. And Scorcher's like, we should have bailed. We should have just bailed. We weren't here to fight Spider-Man and Daredevil. Scorcher's about to blast away Matt with a fireball. Then we get Thwip Thwap.
Thwip Thwap. I love it. We love a good Thwip
Scorcher. Thwip Thwap. I was about to say, didn't your mother ever teach you not to play with fire? But I think I made that joke to you once before. Parker. Peter continues to make thwips, or make quips, rather, and thwips.
Quips
and then
and
Scorcher
thwips.
just flies away.
Yeah, he doesn't want to deal with
Diamondback-
it. He's like, oh, no,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this
Yeah,
again.
he's like, this was not part of the job. I'm not going to deal with this. Diamondback is like, I can't believe he just left me here. Diamondback is like, it's not over, Murdoch, and she takes off as well. So they both had like jetpacks on to be able to blast off. They are like, okay, where are they going? What's going on? How did they know that you would live here? And Matt's like, we got to get to the hospital. Something's going on. Back at the hospital, Nick and Cap are talking to each other. Cap says, we got to get Cage out of the hospital. We have to get him away from civilians. Fury's like, why are you saying this? What happened? And he's like, I was coming home from the mansion, which is why you can tell that this was like in the middle of Avengers Disassembled because they referenced the mansion.
Yes.
Headcanon that out. Just, I was walking home. I was going to my house.
walking home. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
where you're going
Yeah.
from.
And I was ambushed. And it looks like he was attacked by Jack-O-Lantern and the Lady Dr. Octopus.
It kind of does. Yes.
I think she is like a Lady Octopus. I think that's the
It's got to be.
idea. So he says that he held them off, bashed the girl in the face with the other
Is
one's
it
flying glider.
Jack-O-Lantern or is it...
Oh, Hobgoblin?
I was
It might be
thinking Hobgoblin. I was thinking Hobgoblin
Yeah.
because of what he's
might be
standing
Hobgoblin.
on.
That's right, because they say a glider. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It would make
So he
sense if it
says,
was if it was Jack-O-Lantern because it would be a callback, but I think it's Hobgoblin.
But I think you might be right. Mm-hmm.
Which,
So
I
he
mean,
says that
come
he
on,
was
we know where
attacked.
you got your stuff. We know where you got your money from. That's no brainer. You're not working with Latveria.
No, Hobgoblin, the original Hobgoblin. That's true. By now, this might just be some like copycat.
Okay,
so like
that's
it could
fair.
just be some scrub
That's
stealing
fair.
a glider.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There's a lot of goblins.
There are too many goblins. One might say that's Rachel's
many
Rachel's
goblins.
next stand-up special is called "Too Many Goblins."
It sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons stand-up.
No, that's just your refrain. You keep making fun of men, and you're just like, it's too many goblins, people. Too many goblins. And you're
like
like,
it.
I had this one boyfriend, peed in the sink. Too many goblins, folks. There's too many goblins.
Interesting.
Anyway,
That's
Rachel didn't
gross
have a boyfriend that
anecdote.
peed in the
I
sink.
didn't.
At least as
Thank
far as I know.
God. That sounds disgusting. No, thank you.
a thing,
That he
apparently.
wouldn't be my boyfriend for long. Could tell you that.
They hear Cap saying that he was attacked at his house, and Matt's like, that Matt and Peter swing in, and they're like, yeah, so was I. And Spider-Man goes, it's like we're having a convention. Fury's like, boys? Cap says, you heard me from that far away? And he's like, yeah, sorry.
Well, duh. It's
Yeah. It seems like anyone with a public or semi-public identity has a price on their heads tonight. Parker's like, fucking course. The one time that me having a secret identity would actually work because no one knows who I am. And Cap's like, well, unfortunately, you're kind of being dragged into this too. Mm-hmm. Because tonight's the anniversary of what? Of our secret war. So they're like,
and
what is
Fury's
everyone
got
talking
the
about?
pinchiest face. He's got the pinchiest face.
Yeah, he's mewing. Yeah, like he sucked a lemon.
Yeah.
Daredevil walks away toward like this open air away from Mount Sinai. I guess like toward Central Park, looking.
Yeah, he's
almost
just like
a park.
looking at the skyline.
And he goes,
I
"We
think
have
it's
to
just
move.
a parking lot.
Everyone move. I have to poop."
No.
He's like, my radar must be off, and he's like, wait, oh no, and then you can see these like little explosions happening in the sky.
Oh,
It's very eerie looking to be able to see like all these little explosions. So he must have smelt it before
Right.
it actually went off.
Oh yeah, because you can probably smell the bombs, and he probably could hear something weird happening.
Daredevil says, Captain, if you have backup that you can call. So this is why I think that the Avengers really don't exist yet, because Cap doesn't call the Avengers. He says, Tony, this is Cap. I'm here.
Yes.
At, this hospital. He doesn't call Avengers in.
No.
He calls
He
Tony.
just goes straight to Tony.
Fury tries to call in S.H.I.E.L.D., and then there's another explosion at the hospital. There is a 2-page spread of all of these villains, and you're right, Rachel. The Hobgoblin is there. Looks like the Wizard, Lady Octopus, Grim Reaper, Scorpion's there. Scorcher's back. A few people that I don't even know.
I
but
wouldn't
a
be
bunch
able to
of
tell
villains.
you.
Ton of villains.
Shocker, right in the middle. Did you say Shocker?
Shocker. I didn't say Shocker. Thank you.
He's straight in the middle.
And that is the
he
that
looks
is
like a
the end
pincushion.
of the. That's right. You look like a human.
He looks
pincushion.
quilted. He looks quilted. He always has looked quilted to
He
me.
does.
Yeah.
He looks very comfortable being all quilted. The interrogation
Yes,
or
tell
the
us
Fury
more.
files of this. This is Cap is calling in. He demands to speak to Fury, and they're like, "You can't speak to Fury. He's off the grid." And he's like, "Off the fucking grid?" And they're like, "Well, we can get you to De Fontaine, so you can speak to Valentina Allegra de Fontaine." And he's like, "Fine, whatever." And he's like out of breath and stuff. And they're like, "What happened?" And he's like, "I was attacked in my home. What's going on?" And he has to describe them. And I like the way that he describes them, Rachel. He says,
Okay.
"It was covered in a goblin mask. I don't think it was the actual Green Goblin. The armor was more high-tech, looked new. Higher tech than I believe Osborn would use. And the other one, it was a woman. She had arms like that Octavius person. Like Dr. Octopus? Yes. The one Spider-Man is always dealing with? Yes. But a woman. She also had a flying apparatus to her back, like a rocket pack. A female Dr. Octopus with a jetpack. Yeah. Short hair, kind of butch, I suppose." And then Valentina is like, "Yeah, Dr. Carolyn Trainer." He keeps asking, like, "Where's Fury?" And he's like, "Is he dead?" So Valentina says, like, "Look, I'm gonna level with you here. Something happened to Luke Cage." She's like, "We don't
That's
really know
why
what
he's there.
happened." And she's like, "Is he dead?" He says, "Is he dead?" She says, "No, she's in the hospital." And he says, "Is Jessica all right?" And she goes, "Who is that?" Because why would she
Right.
know who Jessica is?
But you'd think that they would. Like, come on, if you're getting message about Luke Cage, the other one, like the other person in the room who is also a superhero, even if she's just like a low level, like, ground superhero,
Right.
you're gonna hear
Yeah.
about that
You're gonna know
name
who-
with Luke Cage. They're gonna both be
You
in
would
the
think.
same file. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, worker. Way to pay attention.
Hey,
Attention
this is
to
Valentina
detail.
de Fontaine, Rachel. You've
Attention
seen her
to
work.
detail, ma'am. All right.
She only cares about the high level guys. Cap is like, did he go see Luke Cage? And she's like, Cap, calm down. We're going to get a SHIELD containment crew to your house. He's like, what hospital? And she's like, I'll call you on another line. And then that's the end of the interrogation file. It explains, Cap, why he showed up to the hospital, how
and
he
was
found
just like,
out.
I knew you were here.
Yeah.
See, those little tidbits where we can kind of get
Yeah.
a little bit of extra.
It's
nice.
fine. It works without it, but it enhances the story having those little bits in there.
Yeah.
For the people at home, I showed Rachel this. It's not like they're drawn panels or anything. It's
No.
literally just text,
Right.
like a
transcript.
script. Rachel, issue number 4.
Issue number 4 is featuring Black Widow in her full garb, in a stance with knives, red hair flapping in
Yeah,
the
the
wind.
knives is a weird thing because
At
she
a
doesn't
weird
normally
angle,
have
too.
knives.
They're at weird angles.
Yeah, she's got them held at a strange angle. It must be like one of those like fighting stances.
Yeah, because it's like one of
she's got her.
one
She's got
of them
her
is back, like she's gonna stab you, and the other one is kind of like I'm gonna stab you in the neck. So I guess she's just kind
Rachel's
of like
demonstrating
ready.
this with a hairbrush, by the way.
That's what I had in front of me.
She's got her V-neck as far down as possibly can go.
Of course.
She's got to.
Yeah.
Got to do it. You're Black
But it's
Widow.
the full black leather and the Black Widow symbol on her belt buckle, so you have that bright red popping out.
Yeah, because most of the rest of this cover is black, and if
Yes.
it wasn't shiny, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Right, but I mean, like, luckily with the art, because you can pull with different colors, like, it's pulling, like, some purples to actually bring some colors into the black. Anyways.
This book
Oh, and then
again,
in this
we are
one,
at-
though, instead of superheroes, or instead of the heroes in the little square panels, it's bad guys.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch of villains. Yeah,
Which I find
actually get a
interesting.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if that's just because all the villains are like shown. I get a 2-page spread in the
Oh.
paperback, so all the villains are on the proper cover, and then there's like some heroes over here,
Okay.
and Mary Jane is a file as well. Apparently,
But not Jessica Jones. Because for some
no.
reason, Jessica's just not allowed to do anything in this one.
yeah, I don't know.
She's
It's
pregnant.
very strange. She's pregnant.
She's pregnant.
She might as
Shredder
well be
file.
dead.
Shredder file. Get it out of here. I don't need it anymore.
Can't use her anymore. She's pregnant. Damaged goods.
It's like all of a sudden you can't do anything now. You're a mom. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's true. Well, people
bullshit.
when they become moms, that's the end of them.
Some
Might as
people,
well
they
be
are
fucking
like
dead.
that, but that's not how it is.
Some people are like that. Yeah,
Some
that's
people
true.
are.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
They become parents and you never hear from them again. We're at the X Mansion. Wolverine is sitting out back. It's quiet. He's enjoying the night. Mm-hmm. He's just having a beer. Just a good night at the mansion. It looked very
Yeah,
peaceful for him.
relaxing.
Wishes he
Enjoying
had
the
a cigar
stars. You can't smoke
Ah,
on school
crap.
grounds, okay? It's
He
bad
can.
enough that he has the
and
beer.
Wolverine. Logan, I tolerate you smoking on the ground.
I think it's I
but
tolerate
will
you
not
drinking.
Smoke in here.
Yeah.
Oh, they keep booze in the house. You're gonna tell half of those guys drink.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not the students, maybe.
Some
but,
of
I
the
mean,
students might be
probably do
sneaking it
too.
in. Yes.
Cyclops has a beer or two every once in a while. Always watching his fucking lacrosse game or whatever the hell he does for fun.
I don't care what he
Don't
does.
you think
Scott's a
he's
jerk.
like a lacrosse guy?
Yeah, he would be.
His hair looks better in the present, I think, than it did on the.
I suppose
mission.
he looks like a porcupine.
Yes, it's more porcupine here. It
Yes.
definitely is.
Yeah. It's a little weird. It's still a little weird. I don't know. But I guess it's fine. I guess it works because he's a Wolverine, so he should be kind of gritty.
Yeah,
and
spiky. He looks kind of
spiky.
Sonic the Hedgehog-y. Yeah.
Yeah.
He says to himself that he can hear you jackasses. I think you're far enough away, but you're still close. You're still too close. I can smell you. He snicks out his claws, but before anything can happen, he gets exploded.
Blown
And
away.
they burn him alive, and he's set on fire. He's going, ah! Doing the Wolverine growl. These two
Mech
tech,
suits?
like mecha techs,
Yeah,
tech
I don't
suit
know.
things come in.
Just mech suits that are blowing him up.
And he realizes that they're after him, not after the school, because he like ran off into the woods and they still followed him.
Right.
So he's like, what the fuck do they want with me?
Very quick thinking on his part for that.
2-page spread of the heroes fighting, not too dissimilar from the fight in Latveria,
But
except this
instead-
time It's the backdrop of the moon, and like on the pier.
Yeah. With like everything on fire, and it's all red and glowing and wet, and there's the nighttime.
The depth of field you get is very nice.
Oh,
in
it's
this
cool.
Too. You got Spider-Man in the foreground, and like all of the
all the bad
like,
guys are glowing
around.
green.
A lot of contrasting colors in this. So the fight continues. Spidey is making quips the entire time. He lands on Green Hobgoblin at one point. One of the other villains goes, "I told you he doesn't shut up."
Which is just great.
Cap says we need reinforcements. We can't let this happen in New York City. Which, like, Cap, it happens like monthly.
This happens all the time. I guess just because it's like everyone together.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
because it's like
scarier.
a ton of them.
It's like, why are you all together? You don't do that. None of you guys do this.
This is one of those lines from Michael Bendis, Rachel, that I think or Brian Bendis, that is a little outdated for 2005. Listen to me, all you B-list jokers have bitten off a fuckload more than you can chew. I already called in the cavalry, and an army load of gun-toting shield agents are about to swarm right up your armored patooties.
He didn't say tookus this time, it was patooties.
Yeah, this time it was patooties.
Patooties. Your patooties. Instead of
I'm
tookus.
fairly certain that no one under the age of 92 has used the word patooties.
Nobody says patootie.
No one has ever said patootie.
Patootie is a weird one. Tookus is better. Tookus is better than patootie.
But do you see what I mean though? By like
it's a little
it's
old
anachronistic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like strange. It's like he just wanted to use that word, and it's like it's such a strange word.
Well, I guess he's really trying to find. I don't know. Does he only ever change words for butt? Because he doesn't like. I can't say ass, and I don't want to put a bunch of like wingdings. So
I think you're
have
right.
to
He
just.
didn't want to put more wingdings.
And he doesn't want to
so
say
butt.
I'm like up your butts. Like instead of that, he's like I'm going to say up your patooties.
Yeah,
up
he was
your
trying to get
tookus.
clever.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's a situation where he clearly would have said ass, but he didn't want to write ass, and he didn't want to put wingdings. So he went with a euphemism.
Sure.
But it sounds very odd. There could have been something better. K-Cole.
Yeah, K-Cole's a good one.
Like
but also
anything,
that's very Wolverine-esque. I feel like he'd say K-Cole.
But you get my point. Like
I
there
get
could have been
you.
something a little more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Spider-Man's response to this though. He just goes, "Yeah, that's telling him."
Yeah, that's a very good line for him.
Cap tries to get Tony again. Fury calls for the Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. Interesting choice, but I guess like there are no Avengers. You got to call in some reinforcement.
Yeah, you're thinking of who you can talk to. Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man says, "Yes, call anybody. Call the Secret Defenders." Spider-Man is like, "Are any of you annoying exposition? Can I get annoying exposition out of any of you goofballs? Usually you don't shut the fuck up."
He goes, "Well, you haven't talked. You haven't stopped talking enough for anybody else to talk."
Yeah, he even acknowledges it, and like
he says it.
I'm actually gonna let them have this. Like, I guess I've been talking the entire time, so you
may have been telling us everything, and I just haven't heard it.
Normally, I'm like kind of against when they point out like a flaw like that, but it's jokey enough that I like it.
That felt like self-aware enough.
Yeah,
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
That's not like fourth wall breaky. That's just self-awareness of, yeah, I know, I never shut up. You guys have said that 3 times now in the past 3 books.
Peter never shuts the fuck up.
Yes.
Daredevil finds Scorcher, and he tackles him into the sea.
Yeah, he starts just waterboarding him, pretty much, with the ocean.
Kind of. Because, like, his power won't work in the water, so he's like, "Tell me where I want to know." He Batmans him. Damn it! That's kind of how it happens.
It is.
Someone knows what's going on. So he has him up there. He breaks the glass and everything. At the same time, Peter's getting thrown through walls. Lady Octopus gets the shield thrown against him. But eventually, Scorcher kind of gives up the goods. He's like, "I would not have signed on for this. I didn't know how dark this shit was going to get. I've done bad stuff in my life, but this is, like, bad." And Daredevil's like, "What are you talking about? What's going to happen?" He's like, "I traded my whole life for this damn suit, and now I'm fucked so bad." And
so I'm just trying to figure out whether they're being controlled. Because...
No, I think that they are being told they all owe a debt.
They're just being told what to do. It's not like...
And they didn't all together know what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
They all just thought, you're taking out these individual heroes
Right.
for a reason.
Okay.
You owe me a debt, so you have to do
it's just a debt and they have to repay. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. At some points it felt almost like they're being controlled. Like this guy going, I didn't really want to do it, but he's still here. He's a bad guy. He could just run. So
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a good old-fashioned battle royale collar
something
to blow
stuck
up their
in
heads.
them. Yes, that's what I'm thinking too.
Because she does take control of all of them in a minute.
Right.
So
just in a very, I'm going to blow everything up sort of way.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyways, at this point, it almost felt like they're being controlled.
Yeah.
But I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it is just that, I have a debt. I have to do this because
you don't do this, I will kill you.
And I'm going to die.
Peter has been thrown through a wall, and he just goes, if I had half a brain, I would just sneak out of here and go home to my wife. Which is like true, because it's like, I don't need to be in this fight. They weren't after me. Because he doesn't understand yet that he was part of the war. So, and he goes, but there's that whole power and responsibility thing.
Yeah. They haven't attacked him directly. He was there for the attack on Daredevil. Do you think they went after MJ?
Because they don't know who he is.
Oh, because he actually was...
They don't know who he is.
His was way more of a...
And they assume that Murdoch is Daredevil, so they attack him.
Gotcha.
Because, like, his it's questionable if he's,
Okay.
He hears
that
a
works.
boom, and we get... Guess what time it is?
It's clobbering time!
Because the Fantastic Four have showed up. I'll give you a hint. It begins with a C that has lobbering in it. So the Fantastic Four are here.
They're like, that's
I
horrible.
don't know
and he's
Fantastic...
like, I am exhausted. This is early in the morning for me.
Yeah. It's like, I was sleeping. I don't know the Fantastic Four theme off the top of my head. I can't remember it from the old time, like from this period. Mm-hmm. I was wondering, Rachel, because of when the movie came out, which I think was 2005.
Oh.
Is that why the Fantastic Four show up? So that they're a part of this story?
So they could make them a little bit bigger?
Yeah.
I feel that.
Like, I have no problem with them including them in it just because, like, you would be asking for backup and the Avengers don't exist anymore, so you go with the Fantastic Four, see if they're around.
But they do feel like but look at who showed up first and, major... Fantastic Four! Let's go! Yeah.
Fantastic Four! From the trailers is the only thing I know right now. I liked the theme from the 2005 movie. It's a decent theme for them.
I think it was. I do think it was.
Because they should be kind of corny.
Yes, and I think they're leaning into it now, which is probably better than them trying to... Maybe we shouldn't lean too heavily into it. No, just lean into it. It's fine. It's Fantastic Four. Just go for it.
You can't get away with it. Yeah, right. Like, that's just how they are.
Yes.
So we get some quipping back and forth between Parker and the Fantastic Four.
And Ben. It's less of the Fantastic
particularly
Four
Ben.
Just
yeah,
Ben.
I don't think that Johnny or Sue say much in the book.
They don't. It's just Ben. Ben and Parker, which I could see them both like getting along with each other. I don't know why, but I feel like
for sure.
I feel like Spider-Man
and the Fantastic Four have always been interlinked a little bit. They're definitely like Human Torch and him are around the same age, and
sure.
He always showed up to the Fantastic Four when he needed help in the old like 60s and 70s comics, stuff like that. Richards asks Fury what's going on, and he's like, "Look, we just needed some extra people. That's all. That's all. Don't question anything. Just help us. It's fine."
Yeah, he always does it in the most creepy way possible. I always found Mr. Fantastic a little creepy because he's always just a stretched head whenever he wants to talk to somebody in the comics.
Yeah,
he does it here
like, all right,
too.
Man, you don't have to do that.
Every time.
You don't have to stretch.
Let me just stretch my head. And it's like, okay, you're acting like a weird snake creature. I just...
Well, in most modern day comics, that's pretty much all he ever does to use his powers.
Yes!
They pretty much just lean onto him being like the smartest man on Earth. Mm-hmm. Then they do like he can stretch.
So it's just, do a neck stretch and talk to somebody. It's creepy. It's too
Daredevil
much.
comes back in. Too much. Yeah, being a stretchy guy.
I don't know.
Gross. Very gross.
Like okay.
Here she goes.
It's funny because it's like he he has the stretching ability, but I just feel like he doesn't use it, like you're saying. It's not utilized. And if, like, I'm just gonna pull The Incredibles because she is Elastigirl. She also is stretchy, but she uses it in such interesting ways. So it's just interesting that they just won't do that with him.
Yeah,
he's just like, I'll just hold somebody, like I'm stretching them and like holding on to them, or I'll stretch my neck to talk to somebody. That's about it. That's like all I ever see him do.
That's not untrue. They do underutilize his ability to stretch.
It. That's all.
Yeah,
that's my little soapbox. That's it.
Fucking Reed Richards. Well, because it is. It's like you can see the usefulness of the other three's powers still being used in modern comics. But stretchy, dude?
I can only because of how they use Elastigirl. That's my thing. Yeah.
Sure.
And so it's just like, I think, but with him and knowing like, and seeing the things that they've shown with his character, it's just like, it just doesn't feel like enough. So it's like, can he do those things? What can he do? Like, what does it actually do for him?
Fantastic Four.
I guess he has a brain. That's all he needs. Just stretch his brain.
He's smartest man alive. Daredevil shows back up, and he's like, Fury, we need to end this now. We need to get this out of the city. Cap says, why? What's going to happen? And before anything can happen,
weird looming character shows up.
And he's like, it's her.
With flowy hair.
And so this is why you could be right, Rachel, just because of the shape that she's in.
Yes.
Of why it might not have been Lucia von Bardas.
I don't know if it
was
her.
Who the hell was it?
I don't know. And that's the weird
it's just
part.
One of these other villains, I guess, that just took out...
Very feminine character, but doesn't have, like, the bionic pieces that make her kind of bulky.
Right. I always assumed it was. I mean, my headcanon is fine as it being Lucia. It just doesn't look like this same character. So, we get Lucia von Bardas here. She is a cyborg now.
Mm-hmm. And she looks horrifying. That face.
Yeah, she's
the idea is that she's a cyborg. She had to be
up.
Put back together with equipment.
She's got, like, half her face is missing. It's got, like, hoses coming out of it. She's got, like, claw arms and stuff. Her face is, like, melted, the part that is there. So she, like, shows up and she says, congratulations on your perseverance and American spirit. Most of you were supposed to be dead by now. But so was I. So I guess we're even. Peter says, ew, again. Peter getting that. Half of his mask is missing. He's got the Spider-Man from 2002 movie mask going on. They try to take her out. She's got shields, so they can't stop her.
Yes.
And then she starts all of the villains up, and they, like, all become, like, magnetized.
Yeah,
and
I can't tell. Part of me is wondering if it's just their equipment. So they're all using the equipment she gave them. So is she doing it to the equipment, or did she computer chip them, like you were saying? Because I feel like one of those two things is what's happening here, and she's charging them up. Mm-hmm.
She's using her suit, reaching out to their suits, and, like, grabbing them, and, like, pulling them around.
Mm-hmm.
Take these words to hell with you, Fury. This is the day you pay for all your sins.
The next few pages are in a blue and white haze from all the electricity.
Bright light, like bright is what you're getting from this. Electrifying.
All of the villains, it's all supposed to be like lightning, electrifying, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All the villains are being pulled into the air, shouting, it wasn't supposed to hurt, and they're like all screaming. And she's saying, like, you got to fight them. That was my gift to you. This is, like, the end game. Reed shouts to Sue to try to use the force field to break. Huh?
He looks so creepy.
Oh, yeah. He's got the big neck thing going, like Rachel said. He's, like, going around trying to, like, command stuff.
I'm picturing Jafar doing let me see how snake-like I could be. And he's got that gross in between
you could take
face.
the panel. Yes, you could take the panel of his face here and put in, see how snake-like I can be.
And it's like that part where he starts turning into it. That's what I'm picturing. It's creepy.
Yeah. They think it's a bomb. They're trying to stop it. Sue's force fields can't really stop it. Lucia's going on and on. Thing tries to punch her. He gets pushed back. Ben flies back into, like, a building somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, Sue is trying to protect all of the heroes by
putting a force field
fielding
around
all of them.
Yes.
Cap is saying, like, just pick one of the villains and, like, just start beating the villains to try to break the chain.
Maybe if they pass out, maybe if we can bust something inside of them, it'll work.
It looks like If anybody remembers X-Men, which we covered on Shelf Life,
Yes.
Volume 4,
Mm-hmm.
the end
It's
of
the big
that
orb of
movie
energy.
where, yes, this orb ball is forming. That's exactly what's happening on the next panel, is this giant orb ball. Lucia says, "This is a bomb, Nick Fury, and you pulled the trigger." And that's the end of issue number 4. The Fury Files is all of the different villains this time.
Ooh,
I'm just going to
okay.
tell you all their names.
Yes.
There was Constrictor,
Okay.
Crimson Dynamo.
That one sounds familiar.
Yeah, that one's a Iron Man villain
Okay.
you've seen before.
Yeah.
Diamondback.
Mm-hmm.
Her main villains are... It has their main heroes that they fight in here. Unknown, it says.
Oh, interesting.
because they don't know who she is. So they don't know who this new Diamondback is.
Gotcha.
Goldbug.
I thought you were going to say gold dust.
I thought I was going to say Goldberg. Grim Reaper.
Okay.
One of the more famous ones.
Yeah.
He's Wonder Man's brother.
Okay.
Hobgoblin, but they don't know who this Hobgoblin is.
He's just a
And
hobgoblin.
in fact, in the Fury notes, it says a new goblin, just what the world needs. I don't know who the man behind the mask is this time. King Cobra,
All right.
Lady Octopus,
That's okay. Yep.
Mentallo,
Men, what? All right. Men whato?
Mr. Fear,
All right.
Scorpion,
Yeah. Typical.
Scorpion, sure, Scorcher, which
Yeah.
we've seen,
Mm-hmm.
Shocker, as Rachel pointed out,
Mm-hmm.
a Spider Slayer,
That's fine. I
Trapster.
suppose. A trapster?
Trapster, and Wizard.
Ah,
All of them
the
will
wizard.
be available in the fantasy draft this fall.
Oh my god, yes. Could you imagine? This draft's going to be kind of nuts.
That is all of the villains that you end up having in this. Rachel, book 5. Pretty simple one here.
Yes, another is,
Again.
of course, yes, because they're all very simple. But this one, it features Daredevil with his whips, and he's just bright red. Shiny bright red. The Fantastic Four, Lucia von Bardus, and Nick Fury, and apparently Cyclops. I don't know why Cyclops is there.
too, yeah.
I guess because he's going to be in this next one, but, he's there.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that we actually get to see in the little boxes this time.
Are your first 2 pages profiles of Nick and Daisy?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there
So
are
this is
2
when we actually go
profiles
into
of
the
Nick and
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Daisy.
database.
This is, I guess, when you would get all the backstory about
Yes.
who Daisy is.
Yes. It wasn't much, but you got something.
In that picture, I see your Angelina Jolie.
Do
by
you
the
see
way.
it? Do you see
Yeah,
it?
I see it more in that picture. I
Like-
still think she's got a
Think
little bit of
Tomb
Demi
Raider?
Moore.
She looks like when she does Tomb
No,
Raider.
I
Almost.
see it. I see it. Chloe Bennett is a fine
Or
version of
was
her.
she ever like
but
some sort of cyborg character or like
Angelina Jolie?
yes, like some
Not that I'm aware of.
futuristic character? Because that's what I just. Anyways, it's fine. I'm just telling you, she looks like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, no problem there. This issue begins, and suddenly we are in a S.H.I.E.L.D. interrogation room. It's blue and white, just like the last issue. I think it's supposed to parallel what you just saw with all of the bomb, because the light is shining on, so you get the big bulb of the light. We learn, I think, based on what it's telling us here, yes. So this is Maria Hill. This is the first time we've seen Maria Hill on Shelf Life. She is the number 2 at S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Yes.
So she is kind of the
She's
backup to
Fury's
Nick
too.
Fury.
Mm-hmm.
And she is conducting an interrogation of Daisy Johnson. So she asks for her name. I got confused, Rachel. I'm sure it was better for you because you were able to do the flow. But look at this page.
Oh.
It is
that's
confusing
obnoxious.
to tell where you're supposed to read.
Yeah.
Very, very confusing.
Yeah, because even in the digital, if I just go full page, it's way easier to understand because it doesn't
yeah.
have that split.
Yeah,
So you
it doesn't
can
have the split.
understand it. Plus, with the flow, I like the flow thing. That's one of my favorite things
Yes.
to do. And just kind of like whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, I loved it in the flow.
So good job on
Um,
that. But
I like to sometimes see the bigger page, like how
I
they
always do it at
framed
the
all
end.
the panels.
I always do it at
Yeah.
the end. So I do the
Yeah.
flow, and then at the end of the page, it shows me everything together. I love that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact, and I've read this book before, I read it wrong at first. I went down.
Of course.
I went down the left, and then I was like, something's wrong, and then I was like, oh, I'm supposed to go across the top. So she's like, Agent Johnson, I asked you, and she was like, yeah, a question that you already know the answer to. I'm not going to answer a question if you already know the answer.
Yeah, if it's all in my file, why would I answer it? That's what she's saying.
So she finds out that Daisy is a SHIELD agent level 10, and Daisy just sits there, and she's like, that's the highest level anyone can have. And she's like, I want to know how an 18-year-old got the highest level clearance on the planet.
Yeah.
Nick Fury obviously gave it to you. Why? Daisy says, you should ask for level 10 clearance then. You'll find out all sorts of things. So she's like being an asshole back to Maria. Smarmy, yeah. Did Nick Fury perform a Black Book SHIELD operation without proper authority? And Daisy just says, you have all the digital records of every single thing that happens in New York. There's a satellite code name, Ed O'Neill, which is the name of an old comic book writer. So that's why they slipped that in there.
Gotcha.
Ed O'Neill.
Okay.
Why don't you go watch the transmission? Stop wasting our time, Commander. Because now Maria is the new, commissioner.
Right.
The next spread is a 2-page panel of that big bulb starting to go off. Did you notice, Rachel?
Yes, I did. Go on. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Because we are in post 9/11 New York.
Oh my
The
God, I
tower
didn't
lights.
notice that. I didn't notice that. I didn't.
Yeah. To bring it home of what kind of a book we're story we're telling here.
Okay.
the
I didn't
tower
notice
lights
that.
are
They have
there.
the tower lights for the Twin Towers that went down on 9/11. If people don't
Between
understand what we're
when
talking
Freedom-
about.
Yeah, between when Freedom Tower was built
Mm-hmm.
and when the towers fell, they made these giant beams of light that would stand where the towers were up
Right.
into the skyline of New
As
York.
like a
tribute.
tribute to them, yes.
Yeah, they I think for a while they were like, are we just going to leave the lights? Should we build a new building? Like there was a lot of discussion.
Oh, of
there.
course. But also on this page, it does show. I thought it was interesting, and I kind of liked the idea because he wasn't really in the ball. He got pushed back.
The Thing.
The Thing is orange. He's watching everything happen.
He's his normal color. Yeah, he's
He's
seeing
the
everything
only
happen
one.
in-
Everything else is blue and white.
It's a bunch of small panels at the bottom that are all of the villains and the heroes being like caught up in this bulb, but the Thing is looking on in horror because he got pushed back.
Right.
All of the heroes are just kind of stuck, being shielded by Sue. And Lucia says, Nick Fury, can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? And Fury just kind of stares at her all gruffly. Mm-hmm. Thing is like, somebody's gonna stop this, and I guess it's gonna be Sweet Aunt Petunia's favorite little nephew. And he does a Hulk smash maneuver.
He does.
He rumbles the ground, it breaks up the ground, and it kind of sends them all into
the water. It
to the
pushes
water?
them away. Yeah.
The pier gets broken up and it like all collapses, but that doesn't stop anything. And he's like, nuts, I really thought that was going to work. Like,
I understand he's trying to drown it type of thing.
yeah, he's trying to
put it
drown the
out.
ball.
Right.
It was a fine attempt, and it was a good subversion. Like, nope, the hero's not going to help this time. They're fucked. Like, it's a good like representation of like, we're putting together some heavy hitters here, and they're all just kind of screwed.
Right.
Lucia says, my only regret is that the world's eyes cannot witness what is about to happen to you and your heroes. And Fury suddenly has a smile on his face, and she goes to talk some more, and then she just goes, ah! And like falls
starts
over.
Screaming. Mm-hmm. And Fury is smiling, and she's freaking out.
She collapses, and then like all the tech collapses. She like vanishes or something? Like what happens? Does she explode?
I don't know. I
think
thought she
in
was
this
just gonna
next
fall, but I think you're right.
panel-
I think she just explodes.
I think she explodes. She's like disintegrating.
Yeah,
There's,
there's
parts
just
of
nothing
her.
there. It's just like
Yeah.
her components are
You
still
see like
there.
some blood and like some like pieces coming out, and that's why I think they blew her up from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit dark because there are some panels where you just see guys floating
Face
with
down
their heads face down.
in the water.
So they're clearly
They
dead.
don't be breathing. Yeah, they're pretty much dead. Yeah.
Captain says, everyone just help the person next to you. So he's trying to be like, it doesn't matter if we're a villain or a hero here. Just like help
we have
somebody
to
out
stop
and get
everybody
out,
from
get them out of the water.
dying. Yeah.
Daredevil's passed out because he's the most normal of them. So of course he's not going to take this very well. His shoulder's dislocated. Mm-hmm. And then Fury is just like kind of kneeling in the water. And this is where you can see all of them like dead in the drowned.
Yes.
And Daisy's there. And Daisy picks up Fury and she says, "I'm sorry, sir. Didn't mean to cut it that close." We go back and forth from the interrogation room and the scene of the crime. In the interrogation room, Maria is like, "It says you're a mutant." And she's like, "No, it doesn't." And she says, "Well, it says you were born with abilities." And this is where she explains, like, "Nope, got it from my jerk of a father. Don't have the mutant gene."
Right.
I am trained with a bullet precision. I pinpointed Von Bardis's power source in her chest, and I hit it from the inside out, which surged the chain reaction antimatter weapon that Von Bardis had smuggled into the country, which, as you'll see in your little file, is exactly what Colonel Fury thought was going to happen. And then she says, like, "I was just following orders." And Maria says, "Whose orders?" And she's like, "Who the fuck do you think? Like, bitch, you serious?" Scorcher is like, "Please just leave me alone." Like, Scorcher is like the one guy that's like definitely like, okay, because Matt broke his stuff, so he couldn't get sucked up into the chain reaction.
Right.
What is this?
Oh, it's Angelina Jolie and Salt. I
Okay,
recognized
yeah.
what I was thinking of. I think it was Salt. Because she has the black hair. And then looking at her.
I see it.
Just
Yeah.
every single page that this character is on, I'm like, you based that off of Angelina Jolie's face.
It's possible. Gabrielle Delato, if you're out there, please let us know.
Otherwise, wow, what a quinkydink.
Or are we both wrong?
Are we both wrong
Just
and it's somebody else?
Just a drawing based on a description that Bendis gave you. But as they're doing this, a plane lands!
Not just any
The
plane.
X-Men are here! Yay!
Yes.
Everybody, the X-Men came! Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Specifically,
because Wolverine
who is
had to
it?
show up.
We have Wolverine, of course. We have Beast, Cyclops, Storm? Or is
No,
that...
Emma.
That is
and
Emma.
Kitty.
It is Emma. Okay,
Yeah.
and it is Kitty. Okay. That's what I figured. I was
So-
like, that's not Storm. But I'm like, she's in like the light, so I couldn't tell if she was just like too bright
Oh, yeah,
or
no.
something.
Definitely Emma. Reed does your favorite thing, Rachel, and he stretches himself over and he's like, "X-Men, were you attacked as well?" I love how short Wolverine looks next to Captain America.
Yes.
It's a great little contrast there.
It's nice.
I
do like
comic
that.
accurate Wolverine.
Mhm.
Yeah. Especially the way that they stand together because they respect each other in like this strange
In a
way.
weird
because
way.
They were,
Yeah.
I've always liked the relationship between Cap and Wolverine. Wolverine says that he got the information out of one of the guys that the rendezvous point was the hospital. It was payback, and that they kept saying it was payback time for him and Fury. Guy said something about getting back for something I don't even remember. Can't help but wonder what that thing is. So Cap is like, "Tell him, Fury." So Nick goes on and says, like, you know, this was for overthrowing Latvian government and assassinating their elected leader. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "We don't remember this." So they're like, "What was it, the X-Men?" And Cap's like, "Nope, just, you know, us, that lady there. Black Widow was
Right.
involved. She's not even around anymore."
Yeah, we don't know what
And,
happened to her. She's just off doing her own thing.
That's right. So then a recap of the story that we
Yes.
basically got already.
But he kind of explains it.
Yeah, he explains why he did it.
Little
but
exposition. There we go.
I mean, we kind of already knew this. I've been through 12 presidents in my time, and all I can say I've learned from it is that the American people will elect just about anybody.
And that is
Profound
very,
words.
very true.
Profound words.
That one hit me too. Yeah.
I want to, like, frame that one.
I wanna
Post
frame
that
it.
somewhere.
Belongs in a museum, I think.
He thinks, Rachel, he made too much of a stink about what I found, and my reputation of being someone who doesn't take this kind of crap from people preceded me by decades. They knew I was going to move on this. I just wanted to get it done before they tried to stop me. Then the thought occurred to me. Did my president want me to go off on my own and take care of it for him? Because his hands were tied? So he posits, that they knew he was going to do it and just didn't stop him.
That he's
Thoughts?
saying that to make himself feel better.
I agree. I think he's...
That's bullshit. He knew he was
Yeah.
going off on his own. He's just like, well, maybe they knew. And that, no, feel the guilt. Let it wash through you. You did that without anything and nobody knowing, all right?
Then I thought, I don't care. All that mattered was this had to be stopped. Couldn't bring S.H.I.E.L.D. agents because that would have been an act of war. And without permission from the UN and the World Court, it was worse than that. He was actually committing an act of terrorism.
Yes, he himself. Yep.
That's kind of true, because he didn't get any permission from the U.S. to do this.
Right. Exactly.
Von Bardus wanted to punish us by funding our criminals, use our criminal system against us. So he claims he had to use his heroes against that. Could I have slipped right into Castle Doom in the middle of the night and quietly killed her? Yes. In her sleep?
He wanted to make a statement.
Yeah.
And poison and a quiet death is not a statement.
Lucia's outfit as the prime minister of Latveria.
She looks
Castle
like a
Doom,
supervillain. She's like, look at me in my dress.
So she's got the dress on with boobs hanging out because it's a comic book.
That V goes down very far, and then her legs are out, and she's got it's just like a little cloth between.
Full leg out. Yeah,
you know, her tuchus is covered, draped. The front is covered, but the legs are out from the ass cheek, like down, like that.
Yes,
that is an interesting
she looks
choice. Hot. I mean, I guess
Cyborg,
you know what,
Lucia.
Just because you're in politics doesn't mean you can't be hot. I guess that's what she's saying.
Right. How do you think she's
making
got
a statement
job?
herself?
You're a bad boy, Nicholas Fury. You're not allowed to be here. I called your president. They're not happy you're here.
I like the idea that she called the president. She's like, are you supposed
I like
to be
that
here?
too.
Do you realize your guys are here?
here?
What are you doing? What you doing? Yeah. You starting a war? Is that what you want?
So this is a flashback to their mission, and Spider-Man says, like, are we supposed to arrest her? Or Lucia's like, arrest? Who would you be handing me over to? You don't have permission to do this.
No.
And this is when Cap realizes
like the world
Captain America's standing on, like, the opposite side. He's standing there, like, next to Lucia, like, Nick, like, what?
Yeah, he's, like, behind her. They have her surrounded. Mm-hmm. And he's confused.
Nick calls Lucia Tootsie.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I'm here to fight you.
Yeah, Toots.
I'm here to make an example of you.
Toots sounds like it would come out of Wolverine's mouth, not Nick
Well, he
Fury.
did call the flight attendant Toots, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I think it's just supposed to be degrading. I think it's just a degrading thing to call her.
It's weird.
And Logan even says, "Do you want me to take care of this?"
Yeah, he's like, we'll make it quick. Make it quick.
Mm-hmm. Like, we'll just end this. And he's like, "Nope, Daisy, bring it down." And she starts a earthquake, destroys Castle Doom, and it crushes it and brings it all down. They're survived by, like, wearing seismic suits so that the rubble doesn't crush them or whatever.
Is it just Doom, or does I was gonna say, because I feel like the city below it, they're right there.
Yeah, I bet there's some of that too.
There's gonna be civilians dead.
Yeah. This has ramifications. I can even picture in my head, and I can't remember when it happens, but I've read the comic book where Doom gets back to Latveria, and he's, like, pissed that the castle has been destroyed, and he's like, I have to rebuild my country.
Oh, yeah, because it's his country. He's not just pissed that his statue is torn down.
Well, that too. Obviously.
They broke my statue. Those bastards.
Thank you. That sounded just like Victor Von. I'm gonna be the president. I'm gonna take over the world. It's like the high talker from Seinfeld. What? Are you Danny Tartable? No, I'm not. I'm Dr. Doom.
Oh my god. That's kind of our DJ is Dr. Doom, though, if you think about it.
He better have a fucking accent. He better be doing an accent. He better be Victor Von Doom and not Tony Stark as Dr. Doom.
We don't know what they're doing. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know what they're doing.
I know. We don't know what they're doing.
We don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, but we don't know what they're doing either.
Now the commentary, Rachel, is interesting. Let's get through the Nick Fury expository, and then I'll mention that.
Okay.
Say what you will about World War II, but back then when you killed someone, they stayed dead. What can I say? Looks like I was right. She was going to attack us. Then Daredevil is like, "Did you brainwash us?" Because he says, like, "I tried to spare you all from the aftermath."
Right.
Cap explains that they started running some brain tests on him because he goes in for, like, a yearly checkup because he's, 92 years old or whatever. Mm-hmm. They did some, stuff on him, but because he has some different, like, psychic blockers or something like that. Oh, they did some tests on him to make sure, like, none of their agents are compromised in the field. And a couple weeks ago, I got undone.
Yes.
Because, like, it just happened. So then he yelled at Fury and he told him he can go straight to hell, which is how I imagined Cap said it to him.
Yes, with the wobbly voice and everything.
Wolverine gets furiously pissed off about this.
Well, he truly with the mind stuff. That's a big no for Wolverine, because he's all screwed up in the head because of all his people screwing around with it, and so it's just like,
Yeah.
I would have helped you, and then you also did one of the worst things I could imagine you doing to me.
Just to say it all. Fury says, "I saved your lives and your families." I think Human Torch gets the line where he says, "And there it is, the self-righteous indignation. You think that you're so great because you saved it. Like, did you really?" We get a little flashback of the scene where they're all there, like, talking about how they don't think this is right. Von Bartis's hand is just in the rubble. It's very grody looking. Luke says this is going to come back to haunt us. Cap is like, "I can't believe you brought a girl here." Black Widow's like, "She's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, it's fine." And here's what Nick said about the procedure. He said, "It was a little worse than a drug the dentist puts you under. No side effects. You lost 2 days, not even a weekend. You got a good night's sleep. You're fine. And I have a job to do. Some of you understand this and some of you don't. I bought us a year, and tonight we maybe bought another year. They hate us. I didn't start this war, but damn it to hell, I'm not going to lose it. This fight was absolutely worth dying for, and it was worth sacrificing you for. It was worth losing my job for." And he says, "I just couldn't take that chance, Logan." Logan freaks out. He stabs Fury through the chest, Rachel.
Yeah. Straight through the chest.
While screaming, "Don't mess with my head!" And
yeah,
like,
he goes,
rage.
I was going to say, he goes berserker rage, because his eyes are bright red in this. Very creepy.
Yeah. Sue and Reed are about to stop him, but Daisy can't help herself and blows up his heart.
Yes.
She's a little overpowered in that.
She's way
panel.
OP, and then
like, come on.
And she has zero ethics. Zero.
Well, no, she doesn't.
Because of her teacher. Because he has zero ethics either.
You got to do what you got to do. That's their mantra. I don't like the fact that she was able to explode his heart from the inside. I know it's to show off her powers. Just
well,
make it
because
so
that's
that
what she did with her. She was blowing her up from.
Yeah, that's
she
true
can
too.
pinpoint it and blows it up.
Yeah, they allow her to do a little too much, I think, but whatever. Daisy tells them, like, anybody want to try it? And then she's even like, "Ms. Frost, all due respect, get the hell out of my brain. I have psychic shields.
So they make
You're just gonna hurt yourself."
Way too overpowered by even being able to. She can't even be mind controlled. That doesn't seem right either.
She has a little earpiece in, and she gets a little message. "Am I down, Daisy?" "Yes, sir." "Don't touch any of them, Daisy." So then they realize that it's an LMD, a life model decoy of Nick Fury. So it's like a robot. It's a Terminator.
Yes. Yeah, they pretty much grew Fury so that he could just have a copy of himself somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Which, again, no good people have decoys.
No. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Dictators have decoys.
Are you saying Queen Amidala, her decoy,
That's
she's
right.
evil?
Yes, she's evil. Yes, 100%.
I can see it. She wants to work
Fury
with those
says,
damn Gungans.
That was
a
evil.
line I cannot draw.
Stay tuned. Fucking Queen Amidala and her decoys. She had like 7 of them. You need that many decoys for? You're a senator.
Oh my god.
Doing some shady shit.
Well, she's got the title queen, and she's just a senator?
We'll get into that.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, moving on.
Stay tuned. Fury says that he's done. He dodged the politics of this once, and he can't do it again. "You'll never see or hear from me again. That's why I came clean with you here. Let you hear it straight from me." And then he says, "You're heroes. More than me. Maybe one day you'll look around and you'll see the world like I have to, and you'll know I did the right thing. Or at least you'll understand why I did it." That speech from Fury, Rachel, I think now is a proper time to talk about this.
That's fine.
One, the allegory to the War on Terror, or even any of the Cold War, Nicaragua, like any of these times where like the U.S. has like intervened in a country's politics. I don't know what the book's
What's their conclusion?
point of view is.
I don't either.
I can't tell what the book's point of view is. Because, like, Fury's sitting there saying, like, I was right, I needed to do this, this needed to be done.
But I think that's the point, is that he's so... this is my little world, he's just narrow-sighted, I think that's what they're getting at, is he's narrow-sighted, he's not looking at the bigger picture. This isn't a good thing to do.
Okay.
I think that's where it's going.
Because your heroes, like your superheroes, are all like, this is bullshit, Fury.
Exactly.
Like, this is not what you should have done. And he's like, look, you guys are heroes, you're better than me, but I did what I needed to do, and I'd do it again if I had to. It's almost like, I just want to make sure that I'm not thinking like the book is excusing having to do terrible things because of the fact that like
because
it's
it almost
supposed to be
feels
like
that way. It almost feels like they're excusing doing a terrible thing for a good cause.
Yeah.
It's still a terrible thing.
And I'm like,
and
because of like how Brian is it really dedicated to, you know, from some CIA operative that he knew growing up, would he think that it is a good thing because the CIA guy was like, we had to do this, Brian. It was horrible, but like...
I think he's...
So,
considering he was a kid, if that was a true story and he was learning things as a kid growing up, he realized, okay, there's a bigger picture though. Sure, you can tell yourself that you had to do something in order to, you know, better the world, right?
Yeah.
It's to kill the few to save the rest type of thing.
Yep.
But there's still that bigger picture that you're not looking at. You're so narrow-minded. I think he's actually trying to broaden that mindset.
Yeah.
On what's going on.
Even if you were right, you didn't have the right to do this.
Yes.
You didn't have the right to pull us into it without knowing
that too.
what we're getting up against. But
manipulating
you definitely
others.
didn't have the right to do this
and
without
forcing them to do something as a tool and not a human. They're humans.
Yeah.
They're people. They should have known what they were doing.
Or was there really a credible threat to us and all that
too.
kind of stuff.
You didn't have proof. You thought
you just had a
maybe
hunch.
this is happening.
Well, and that's where
you can't
what goes back to
rely
my
on
idea,
hunches all the time.
Was this self-fulfilling? Would they really have attacked? Was she doing it? Maybe she was funding the criminals because to bring down the U.S. psyops-wise, just like flood them with having to deal with criminal bullshit.
Right.
But would she have attacked them like this if Fury hadn't destroyed the government and brought down the castle and caused a civil war in Latveria or whatever? It's one of those things where I feel like they're letting you do it yourself. They're leaving it very ambiguous as to how the book feels about it, but I think you're right. I think that because our heroes are the one, and Nick Fury has always been a very morally ambiguous character in every shape,
a bit of a lawful
every
evil.
form that he's ever been in. That's probably where they're going.
I would call him a lawful evil, probably, or yeah. I think I would have to. I don't know if you know that chart. But
I don't remember like how that would fit, but
I feel like he wants to do the right thing, but he will do whatever hell he will need to do to do that.
He's a spy. He's the spy. Back in the interrogation room, Maria wants to know where Fury is, and Daisy's like, I don't know. And she's like, look, I know you have like a bunch of stuff going on. You have psychics and empaths on the other side of the door trying to figure out if I do know where he is. And she's like, I do not know where he is.
Yeah, he didn't tell me.
It's Nick Fury. Don't you think after all he's done, he can just retire and like leave and that's the end of it?
I mean, not when he did something.
And Maria's like, how did this not break in the media? How did this not make the papers? And Daisy's like, I don't know. But considering you have this job now, you better find out. So Maria just starts screaming at her. You tell him he's a criminal now, a war criminal, just like all the rest of them. You're off assignment. You'll sit in your apartment for the rest of your life, and you'll wait for an assignment that'll never come. Daisy's like, I guess I'll go finish high school then. And Maria just gets pissed off and leaves and says, like, get Natasha Romanoff. She better find her way onto this ship right fucking now. And because she's going to chew out Natasha.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, she has to, because Natasha's
she's
probably in
gonna
the same boat where
force
she's
Natasha
like,
to find him. Go find him.
Like, I'm putting you on assignment or something, yeah.
Right.
I do like that Daisy looks sad at the hologram of Nick.
Because it's like father figure?
I think partially father figure, like she gave her a purpose. I also thought it was because she's actually upset that, like, she has no life now. Like, she's stuck probably doing nothing because Maria's like, you are not allowed to do anything. Like, you violated...
She knew what she was getting into. If she,
Yeah, no, I know, but I
there's
think...
no way that Nick didn't tell her that he was going to run, considering she knew that was a body copy.
Yeah, she knew he was going to run.
Then you knew what you were getting into. The man is going to run after he knew he did something wrong, even though he's putting every ounce of excuses on top of it. So she knew what she was getting into at that point. Come on. So yeah, she looks so sad because she doesn't have a job anymore.
We get a wide shot of
Teenagers.
the helicarrier. She's a teenager. She's, she's all over the place. She's angsty.
She's annoying.
It zooms in on her, and she just goes, yes, and she touches her earpiece, and she goes, yes, sir. And that's the end. So clearly she's gotten an alert from Nick. The ending one is them finding out about Lucia von Bardis and them trying to figure out if Lucia really had anything to do with it. There's one where Maria calls the president. They're giving her, like, the job to be in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. and, like, can they find Fury and all of this stuff. He needs to be court-martialed for it and blah, 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 blah. The president says, we were going to use the information to put Lucia in her place. We were going to blackmail her with it. You see, that region, for as long as the world has turned, has been oppressed by people like Victor Von Doom. We finally got his arrogant ass out of there, and it's insane to expect total peace and cooperation. They hate us there. It's in their blood. Give them money to rebuild, and they only resent you more. Von Bardis was someone we felt we could ultimately control, or at least overpower. Fury jumped the gun. Was he right or wrong? Can't say. But he's a military man, and he broke rank. I half wish Doom was back in there. Him I could deal with. At least you knew where he stood. Now we gotta, or I should say you gotta, find out who knew Von Bardis was still alive, and clean up the loose ends. The money trail. These idiots in the costumes.
Yeah, because he doesn't like the costumes.
So there you go.
He doesn't like costumes. Is like a big thing that you learn from that.
Yes, he says costume quite a bit.
Because that's what he calls like the superheroes. He doesn't call them heroes; they're costumes. He doesn't like that they wear costumes.
Yes, very against costumes, and that's the end of that. So that also has ramifications on overall Marvel because the president flat out is like, I'm not working with these fucking soups anymore, as the boys would call them. Like, he's calling them costumes.
Right.
Like, they're idiots. We're not dealing with them. We deal with soldiers. We deal with the military. We do things my way.
Right.
It's that further breaking of the government and the heroes, which is necessary, especially if you want to tell a modern story where there's a lot less trust in government in the populace. To be able to, like, have these heroes operate separately.
Right.
But that's an interesting way to look at it, too. That is the end of Secret War. Rachel, I will throw it over to you, because it is time to answer that question. Does Secret War have shelf life?
I feel like there's like a lot of pieces to this. So we actually covered a couple things at the beginning. We talked about it was like the art itself is very interesting, very detailed. It's really pretty, and it keeps you like engaged by like the visuals itself, which is really nice. The story is interesting, and it does show a lot of parallels with the world, especially with like how like the espionage, the terrorism, and all of that kind of stuff. And the art does, I feel like, match with the story. So I feel like the story and the art actually works well together to enhance it. So I think that's actually a really nice piece. I enjoy the story and how they used the characters. I thought that was kind of fun. I think I would put this one on the shelf because of how it connects a lot of the other pieces. It kind of stands on its own as well because it is just one story on its own. I feel like it does stand very easily that way. Yeah. But it does connect with everything else too, which can, like you were saying, have ramifications in other places and cause this whole tumultuous thing with Dr. Doom or the government with the people. And it's showing a lot of dynamic, interesting things with how everything connects. It's not just like this flat piece with, heroes and they're hitting each other. That's not all it is.
Well, and now Fury's gone too, so the heroes are missing. Now that security blanket of Maria is going to have to figure out how to do all this, and like, can the heroes trust Maria Hill?
Yeah,
so like, now is S.H.I.E.L.D. trustworthy?
And,
yeah, they thought they could trust Fury, and then he did that to them. So like, now are they going to trust S.H.I.E.L.D.? And
which
so
that drama kind of adds like a lot of interest to it. I enjoyed that piece. even though it was just kind of like frustrating. But it's like a good frustrating, because it's a story.
Well, and they've lost the moral high ground a bit
Yes.
because of Fury too. So
Right.
like some of that is becoming more gray and stuff too. So I agree with you about the art. I remember the first time I read this, I was a bit frustrated by the art. Not that it isn't beautiful. I think it's great, but I thought it was too much.
Okay.
The first time I read it, and maybe it's just because the first time you read it, you're trying to figure out like what's happening and like it can be distracting.
Sure.
But this time around,
you could count this one as distracting, just the way it,
because
the
it's like you're
details are
so
in there.
focused on the art that maybe you're missing some parts of the story. But I agree with you about the art. I really like it. It fits the story.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think it should be in every Marvel book like this? No. But I think that it can be in these espionage-y Nick Fury stories and fit really well. The original Nick Fury comics from the 60s that had that like Art Deco psyop look to them and that feel to them. This has a modern version of that with this photorealistic, like painting, like surrealist brushstroke stuff.
Yes.
To it.
A lot of texture. All that
So
texture.
I do think that the art fits. There's a couple of beats in there where I think Bendis is trying to be too cutesy, but it's a Marvel event book, so you're going to bring in the Fantastic Four and you're going to like that kind of stuff. And,
sure. I always expect corniness whenever I read a comic book. That's just kind of, it's going to be there.
Yeah. The one thing that I would have liked more if they would have made it one more issue and you got them actually storming the castle or trying to be spy, doing the spy mission.
That's very true. That would have been
the castle.
way better.
You don't get that. You don't get that. It just shows you the aftermath after they beat up the bad guys and then they find Lucia. And it's like, did they try to sneak in or did they like go in guns a-blazing?
Right.
But then why would they have all been wearing these like black costumes to like, I know that they're like to do the shock absorber when he was going to take down the whole castle, but it feels like they were trying to be sneaky and then they like really weren't. So that part I was like, they could have done a little more spy stuff. Not just for our theme, but just in general. Like,
yeah, no,
I
agree.
a story.
I agree. It was a little disappointing we didn't get to have that. It almost felt like we were going to get a flashback, and I think that's where they could have had the issue.
Yes,
where it was like,
exactly.
We stop right there and we get the flashback issue of seeing them actually be spies and do the espionage, and then it cuts back to the future in the next issue after that. I would have liked that. That would have been great.
I liked this more this time than I've had in the past reading it. I think I was on the fence, like pre-read. I was on the fence about it.
Okay.
Because I was like, well, it's part of the overall story. So, like, in that respect. But then I was like, yeah, but it is, like you're saying, it's like a standalone. Like, you could skip this and not miss a beat as far as the Marvel event era goes. This isn't, like, a necessary story. But I think that it is a good one. And I think that it's very of its time when it comes to like the geopolitics of everything like that. Mm-hmm. I actually do like it. I like how simple it is. It's very quick. The first time a lot of these characters are kind of interacting in that way together too. Spider-Man interacting with Luke Cage and Murdoch being brought in with like the Avengers type characters. I'm with you. I was if you want to skip it, you can, because it won't like cause you to not know what's going on in the next issue other than Nick Fury's suddenly gone. But I would say it has shelf life. Yeah, I thought it was good.
I think it's interesting. I think it's a fun read.
It's better. It is better than Avengers Disassembled. I think it's better than Avengers Disassembled top to bottom. Pretty much.
There you go.
I think that story was a little clunky compared to this. I think this one has a more solid footing.
That's fair.
What it's trying to do.
Yeah, I can understand.
Again, though, second book by Bendis in a row here, where like a woman goes crazy and tries to destroy the world.
Yeah,
so.
Does he have a complex? I think he has a complex. Considering he's like, women go crazy and try to take over the world, especially when they can't have children, or when they do have children, you destroy their file and they can't do anything.
Oh, and that was the other thing that we did, speaking of women having children. That was the other piece of this, too, where Jessica Jones it seems so out of pocket.
I would have
feel
loved
like
to have
had
her.
A bigger role.
Yes, I would have loved to have had her have a bigger role. Absolutely. She deserved
And I want to go back and see what Ultimate Alliance did with this, and see if we like that interpretation of the story.
Like how
more
did they
than
keep it? What did they change, and to make it actually flow as a video game? Mm-hmm.
So that was Secret War, the Marvel graphic novel from 2005 by Brian Michael Bendis and Gabriel Dell'Otto. Cross that off the list. Is on the shelf. Rachel, we've only got a couple more missions left here in the Spy Summer here. Only a couple dossiers to get through. Oh, hang on. I'm getting it right now on this weird circle. Huh?
On your communicator?
Yeah, on this weird circle communicator thing, but I can't figure out how to answer it.
Do you have to open it?
These buttons?
Do you just press the button?
No, you have to open it because the buttons are there. No, hang on. Don't touch that.
Okay.
Don't touch the side. Don't touch the buttons.
I'm sorry.
Because, okay, hang on. Does this answer it? Oh wait, no. I think I hung up on them.
Oh my god! You just
they'll call back. They'll call back. Well, we'll find out when the clamshell case calls back what our next mission is going to be. Until then, I've been name redacted,
and I'm Agent R,
and this has been Shelf Life. We'll see you next time on another exciting mission to Latveria. Visit Latveria, home of the crumbling Castle Doom. Wizards roam the countryside, along with Doombots.
I'd like to talk to you about a business opportunity.
Who the hell are you?
Nick Fury, mother...